these guys? How do you do it?
Doesn't matter. We're here to play. We're here to win. You know, and who cares about history? We're here to have fun. We're here to play our game. We're here to win. Who cares what people think? This is our game. This is our family. This is our team. We're going to do it.
Everybody, welcome on in to another edition of MLS Classics Remix. I'm Susanna Collins, and boy, do we have a good one in store for you today. We are going back to the 2019 Audi MLS Cup playoffs, the matchup between the Seattle Sounders and FC Dallas, and I am so happy to be joined by these lovely humans to relive it all. My gal, Jillian Sakovitz, and then we have the two guys who lived it, breathed it every second of this incredible match. Christian Roldan of the Seattle Sounders and Reggie Cannon of FC Dallas. What's up, people?
What's going on?
How you guys doing? Excited to be here.
Oh my gosh. Reggie, I feel like, we saw that opening clip of you, and you guys were so fired up for this one, coming off that huge Decision Day win where you squeak your way into the playoffs as the number 7 seed. I mean, FC Dallas was feeling it, weren't they?
Yeah, we were. We were on a high. We were so excited to, finally push these guys to their limits. As you saw in this game, it was, one of the biggest chances for growth for me. So, this team really pushed, and, I enjoyed every moment of it.
Love it, love it. Well, I think we're going to get right into the lineups here and see how the starting 11 for both sides in this. And take a look. This is how it all lined up for Seattle. Christian, I mean, what kind of I can't help but look at you, man, in that midfield. We got J-Mo. We got Raul Ruiz-Diaz, who is having just an incredible season for you guys. What do you have to say about this lineup?
Yeah, I mean, we can talk about this left side with Brad Smith and Jordan Morris, but I'm sure Reggie's gonna talk a little bit about that later. But Kelvin Leerdam, Jovan Jones, trying to contain Barrios. Jovan playing he's a left back playing as a right mid. It's kind of interesting, but he's so effective in that area.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, it's just, there's a reason why the Seattle Sounders team, this was their 11th consecutive playoff appearance, so no questions there. And then let's flip it over to FC Dallas. And Reggie, you're playing a little higher up than usual. What's going on here?
Yeah, this was a little bit of a surprise thrown on me. Christian and I just got back from national team camp, and Lucci brings me to the side and tells me, "Hey, Reggie, you're playing right wing." And the first playoff game of this year, I'm like, "Oh, all right, sounds good." No, but it's we have a lot of interesting players. That middle three is very strong. Brian Acosta, Brandon Cervania, Jesus Ferreira, but obviously a very young team. We got that veteran experience in there as well. So I really loved this lineup. I thought it was the perfect way to come out.
You mentioned coming out of national team camp. Reggie, you were there. Christian, you and J-Mo were there. In Toronto to play Canada. How quick was here we go, we're about to get set, but I'll let you go. How were you guys feeling? That game was on a Tuesday and you had to turn this around just for a
quick
Sunday.
Turnaround.
Yeah, it was really quick, but we were kind of looking forward to the competition at camp. We were kind of discussing it. We had this friendly rivalry, friendly fire going on, but we were all looking forward to it. And being teammates, just making each other better. It was awesome.
Yeah,
I just want to point out here too. Oh, go ahead, Christian.
Just being able to turn around and play another game after a tough loss. So,
yeah.
It was good for us, I think, as professionals to just forget about what happened with the national team, on that given day.
I think it was good for all of us in the broadcasting world too. We didn't want to dwell on that USA lost to Canada, so we were all set for the Audi MLS Cup playoffs to start. And this was the first season with the new playoff format in place. So these single elimination games, everything kind of riding on one single game. What, Reggie? How were you guys? How did that kind of change any sort of preparation or mentality for you guys heading into the playoffs?
Yeah, it was obviously a huge change, but I was a huge fan. Huge. Oh, here's a tackle from Brasan. That's when it started getting chippy. I still remember that. Yeah,
right
minute it was just beautiful. Well, sorry. No, I love the new playoff format. I think it gives a lot of fire to us and a lot more hunger. So I really love it. I'm a big fan of it. Oh.
Right here, we saw kind of a beginning of an idea of how. Sorry, guys. June will make some appearances. Cats, they can't stay away from the camera, especially once they know I'm recording.
June has been the star of like every single piece of content we have put out, and I love it. I'm so here for the pet cameos.
They're ridiculous. We've been on camera, what, guys, for 2 hours talking pre-production, and then the minute we start going on, she evolves into here somehow or another.
She's a diva.
But we saw kind of how chippy this game was going to be just in that first moment there with Jordan Morris and co. And it's, you gotta love Seattle. Suze, I know you were there as well. Just the atmosphere. It's terrible weather, but that's kind of what means playoffs in Seattle.
Yeah, I'd echo that for sure. Anytime the weather starts getting colder and you see people with raincoats or people wearing, the plastic ponchos, if you will, it's a time where we grind out games, and that was definitely one of these games.
Yeah, it kind of felt perfect. Like I was like, this is exactly how I pictured a playoff game in Seattle to be. And it was funny, every trip I had made to Seattle, I've been there several times, I had lucked out with the weather, and it had been sunny and blue skies, and I was like, okay, this is what I was expecting. This feels right.
I want to talk about with you guys kind of the emotions. Oh, was it? Oh yeah.
No, you're gonna see the late tackle on Christian. I think it was this game, right? I think it was.
Yeah, it was this game.
Oh, well,
it was all friendly fire. All
there's a lot of moments like that in
Let's see it.
This match.
Got ball right before. You guys didn't see. They needed to zoom in onto that.
Okay, no, Christian, make the case for yourself. What actually happened there? Oh!
Against Reggie or right now?
Against Reggie.
Against Reggie. Reggie was just, trying to stop the counterattack. I love that foul. It was
to be
very
fair,
tactical.
I genuinely thought I was going to get the ball. I promise.
You guys will see it later in the half. It ended the half. So.
Yeah.
Let's talk a little bit about the emotions heading into this game. Polar opposites, right? You have the veteran, never missed a playoff Seattle Sounders, and then you have this optimistic, young FC Dallas side. I talked to John Strong, who called this game before this one, and he said this was one of those games where we had great player meetings. We talked with the guys forever. Reggie, you made the comment, like, I think we're a better team than them. But as soon as this game started, all of those notes kind of went out the window. Reggie, how did that kind of youthful optimism, which is how John Strong described it, how did that help you guys kind of come into a place like Seattle that does not lose in the playoffs, has always made the playoffs? It's a storied franchise, and here you guys are riding this kind of youthful momentum.
Yeah, that's the FC Dallas culture where you're fighting for a spot. You're young. You have some of that veteran leadership with Matt Hedges, Bresson, players like that. I really think that's the FC Dallas culture. They figured out the pipeline. But obviously it's tough to go up against opponents like Jordan Morris or, Christian Roldan, who've been in this league for, a long time. They know how it works, and they know what succeeds and what works. Players like Paxton Pomacall, Brandon Cervena, Jesus Ferreira, all these players that are young getting minutes and starting to figure it out. I think it's going to take time, but I think that's kind of some of that youth optimism that this team and league really needs.
And Christian, for you, I mean, again, this is the 11th consecutive playoff appearance for Seattle. This is just, you guys were consistent all season long. Finished as the number 2 seed. Obviously, LAFC had that ridiculous historic season. So you kind of knew that you guys were probably not going to catch them in terms of points. But what was the confidence level of this particular Sounder squad heading into the postseason?
Well, we were confident, but we also respected Dallas, I thought. And I think it showed because throughout the regular season and preseason, I thought this Dallas team was extremely well coached. They had players that were bought into their system and how they wanted to play. And they always had a really good game plan against us. And so it's difficult to play against a young team like Reggie said, because all of a sudden I think we go up, a couple goals in this game, but they're still in it because they just don't know better. And that's the beauty of playing against these young teams and them not realizing how big the moment is.
Well,
We'll talk about kind of
Ouch.
in a positive way, Reg. You know what I meant, baby.
I like these barbs. This is fun. Keep this banter up, guys.
So it wasn't only like the two teams and the two clubs on kind of opposite ends of the spectrum in terms of their identities, but also the coaches. Now Brian Schmetzer has been a head coach for a few years. He's been in the game for decades and decades. And then you got Luchi Gonzalez, his first year head out. And we'll talk more about the managers in a moment, especially Brian Schmetzer. But as you guys know, people are watching this on YouTube, on Facebook, and we have a fan question from Simon. He wants to know, what did your coaches say to you before the game? Christian, we'll start with you. What did Schmetz have to say?
Man, if I remember correctly, against this Dallas team, I think they spotted Reggie in the lineup as the right mid, and I think he had mentioned that if a team changes their lineup based on our personnel, we're going to be in good shape. We're going to be in a strong spot because they're more worried about us than they're worried about themselves. So going into that game, that was kind of the message, and it was a tough game regardless, but the message going into that game was definitely, it's about us, and they're trying to cater to us.
For us, it was the kind of the complete opposite. It was never give up, no matter what. And so,
Oh, we lost Reggie. Okay,
Reggie will be back with us in
everybody,
just a moment.
I want everybody to know at home, too, that the very first one of these that I attempted to do, I got about 5 minutes into the broadcast, and then I just disappeared and vanished. So these are the circumstances in which we are trying to provide you content. So be patient. We'll try to get Reggie back in here.
Can you hear me?
Oh, Reggie's back. That was quick, Reggie.
Reggie back!
No, but what I was gonna say was our coach just told us to never give up. It's gonna get tough out there. He emphasized that they have experienced players that have been with national team, players that have won an MLS Cup before. And that was part of the message that it's gonna be tough, but part of the message is never give up. Always have your brothers back. Be a family.
Christian,
Reggie,
I'll let you respond to that. But as I mentioned, kind of right before that, was you said in the Fox production meeting to the guys, we have a better team than Seattle. What were the pieces? Who were the guys that you were so confident in? Obviously, top to bottom, but who were some of the guys that really stood out to you that you felt like you could go toe to toe with Seattle the way that you do? In this one?
More importantly than that, I was thinking about how together we were and how much of a family we were. Any band of brothers I'm with, I'm going to say blindly, we're better than the other team. Because I believe we work harder, and I believe we're together. We're like glue. That's what I believe. If we want to talk about individual pieces, I could say Paxton Palmacar. I could say Cobra's intensity, Brissan's foundation of leadership, Matt Hedges' stoicness. I can talk about all the players and all the individual qualities. But more so, I think it's a togetherness aspect of it. This team was a family, man. I felt this. We were just so together in these moments, and that's what I've always wanted to feel in a team. And I feel that with national team, and I feel that with Dallas. So it was one of those times I'm like, we're better. I was trying to just hype us up, but I did believe we were better. No offense to Christian Roldan and Jordan Morris, but I did believe we had the better team. I believe we were more together. And at the end of the day, the result just didn't go our way.
Christian, rebuttal.
I feel inspired. I just feel inspired. I'm ready to run through a brick wall.
Ready to get back out there.
Yeah.
Let's go, baby. No, I agree with Reggie. I think the quality of Dallas, I don't agree with them being the better team, but I love the confidence. However, I think Dallas is better as a team, right? Their strength is as a group, and every time we play Dallas, it's always a battle. It's always a test. And I give the whole organization a lot of credit because they have made their organization a top tier one in the MLS.
I think it's pretty remarkable that this was year one for Luchi Gonzalez as a head coach in MLS. He gets his team, they had to win on decision day, so that was a must-win situation. They enter into the playoffs, and he had just completely embraced this mentality of we have nothing to be afraid of. That's the message that he kept putting out to the media. Nothing to lose. Reggie, if you could just kind of your first year under Luchi, what impressed you so much as a player under his kind of coaching tutelage?
It was that nothing to lose aspect, just having freedom on the field. That was one of the biggest things playing under Luchi, and it was one of the best feelings ever. That your brother had your back. If you made a mistake, it's okay. Your brother's got your back. Your brother's going to run his butt off to get the ball back for you. It's a pressure, And I always do this, but I'll always credit Weston McKennie on the national team for this because that's the same feeling I get with him. That no matter what happens, he's someone that will always have your back in those moments. And that's what we got with Dallas. That's one of those feelings where. It's just you got nothing to lose, and you just give everything. Your brothers have your back.
Christian, coming into this game, there had just been an ownership change a few months before. It was fun. We loved to see Sierra and all of them holding their Seattle scarves, but it also was a bit of a changing of the guard. Seattle had to adapt to now, knowing they had this new ownership group, and with that, there's always questions around how much pressure do you feel like Brian Schmetzer had coming into this game, knowing that you had this younger Dallas team coming in, and no one wants to lose it at home.
Yeah, I mean, anytime you're in the playoffs, there's pressure, right? The fact that we were playing a younger team and we had just changed owners just added to that, right? But Schmetz is pretty even keel, and as Jordan misses that, I'm sure he I wish the camera was on Schmetz then, but Schmetz is so even keel, and I don't think he really felt that pressure, and he certainly didn't make it seem like there was a lot of pressure for us players.
I want to ask real quick because we just saw that missed header. That missed header by Jordan Morris for both of you. Christian, I want to start with you. At this point in the game, did you feel like it was going according to plan? Were you guys kind of sticking to what you had set in place leading up to this one?
Well, we knew that Dallas was really good in possession, so we understood that they may have more possession than us, but as long as we would get more quality chances, we'd be fine with that. So I think Brad just missed a cross right before that, and then he found Jordan right after that, and Jordan just missed it, but it was a really good chance for us, and unfortunately he just missed it.
He'd make up for it later. It's fine.
I think so.
Don't spoil it. I wasn't there. I've thought a little bit about, obviously, we do our research, we do our prep, and then how could you forget what only happened a year ago? But I thought it would maybe be a good experiment to go into one of these blind. Maybe if we got a remix from 2002.
Oh, yeah.
Just kind of feel it. I can't say I'd be very prepared, but it would be fun to do one where we don't know what's going to happen.
I agree.
I like that.
Reggie, what about for you guys on Dallas' side? How are you guys feeling in terms of your game plan and sticking to it at this point?
We knew it was going to be a tough game playing Seattle away. We knew that they were going to have possession, these first 15 minutes. It was going to be tough to dominate that game. But again, one of the messages was to come out with no fear and be relentless. And that's one of the things we did. We were wearing them down. You could see throughout this half, we started to gain more and more possession and start to get more comfortable on the ball. But again, that's the price to pay with a lot of young guys on the team. It's tough, especially in unknown environments. That's one of those things where you kind of have to get used to and kind of get experience with.
Something else, obviously, you guys have experience with is the national team. We talked a little bit about that coming in here. Reggie, Christian, along with Jordan Morris, you guys had played Canada on a Tuesday, lost 2-1, first time the U.S. fell to Canada in 34 years. So obviously that was somber, but it's like, well, we got to get up. We have an MLS playoff game, chance to play for an MLS Cup. And Paul on YouTube wanted to know, I know you guys said at the beginning there had been like some funny banter between you, but did you speak in depth about this game coming up?
Reggie?
Not really. After that loss against Canada, I don't want to talk about it. But again, it was one of those moments where
we don't either.
We were just focused on what's to come, and we both went our separate ways after that. And, we were both, especially Jordan as well, both just preparing for this war that was gonna happen on that Saturday. So again, we didn't have much contact, but again, we were both. Well, I know we were both preparing for this with mentally and physical preparations. It was very tough, but especially going with that quick turnaround. You're tired from a 2-week camp. It's part of the game, but you're so excited to play against brothers like this in an environment like this. You only get it once in a lifetime. It's awesome.
I believe we're gonna see some Christian Roldan magic pretty soon. It's all building up.
It's a very
and
brother says I was
there
lucky
it
with that
is.
pass.
Your brother says you're lucky.
Yeah, he goes, "You guys so lucky, I swear."
It's easy. It's easy to be lucky when Raul Ruidiaz is the on the receiving end of those, right?
That's true.
Look at this.
Take another look.
It's a great ball.
Yeah, so I played this pass right here knowing that I was going to get it back because he had nowhere to go, but I just played it knowing I was going to get it back. And then here, Raul always drops into that spot, but Brandon almost read it, and then just unfortunate for Jesse to be going the wrong way and then, get blocked almost by Matt Hedges.
Such a nice ball. I mean, Raul Ruidiaz, I feel like, and Christian, I want to get your take on this. I think he's kind of underrated in our league, but he has just been outstanding for Seattle the last 2 seasons. I mean, he led the team in goals for the last 2 years, 11 goals in the season at this point. What is it about him that makes him so good?
Well, I think he's certainly underrated. In the playoffs, he has been so good for us. He has scored so many goals, assisted on so many goals in his 2 years here. It's pretty incredible to see. But he's just a finisher. You don't see him for a lot of the game. He drops into those soft areas in the field. Doesn't play like a true number 9. But when he's in the box, he's a presence, and his movement in the box is probably one of the best I've ever seen.
Reggie, Seattle's known to be one of the loudest places in Major League Soccer. They get the first goal. They're at home. You're on the road. What's going through your mind at this point?
This was personally one of the biggest moments of growth for me, because it's so natural for me to hang my head in these moments when you're in such a tough environment and things aren't going your way. But my initial reaction, like I tell this story all the time when people interview me about it. I smiled when I think Jordan scored the second goal and we were 2 down, when we were down. I started to smile because I knew the challenge was ahead of me. I was starting to get a little bit excited because I was remembering that quote that when tough things happen, the tough people start going. And that was one of the best experiences I had because I started to ramp up a little bit. I started to find my rhythm, and ultimately scoring at my first start at right wing. It was a great feeling, but it was one of those things that you meet adversity with confidence and positivity, and it really helped. It really helped. It helped me change the game. It helped me breathe life into this game. And that was something I've always learned from then. When tough things happen, just smile and start to be more positive and work hard. I know I'm getting a lot of inspirational quotes, and I'm sorry.
I just wrote that one down. I literally wrote that
I'm
one
like,
down.
Reggie Cannon needs to be a coach. I'm signing up to be on Reggie Cannon's team. Christian said it too. He'd run through a brick wall right now. Let's go.
I'm ready.
On here.
Oh, well. There it is.
It's such a quick turnaround, too.
I know,
we have a shot of Reggie smiling.
But we had Reggie, you had just... Reggie, you had a chance at the other end, and then they just turned it right around and capitalized.
You know, and a credit to this guy. I think Jordan Morris is one of the most consistent players I have ever met. The guy is a machine. The guy does not stop working ever. It is crazy. He is a crazy player for club and country. He's unbelievable.
Christian, we hear Reggie say, "I'm excited. I'm up for the challenge." Be honest. You guys get 2 goals within the first 21 minutes of play. You're at home. You're the storied franchise. Did you think that this one was all you were going to hammer in the nail at this point?
Yeah, I mean, I thought we were going to score in a third and call it. But when you play against a young team like that, they're fighting to the end, and we're 22 minutes in, and to be up 2-0 in a playoff game. That doesn't happen very often. So, Dallas pushed guys forward. They went for it, and credit to them for not giving up. But to be honest, we probably let loose on the gas pedal a little bit, and that naturally happens because when you're up 2-0 and Dallas starts pushing guys forward, you're under a little bit of pressure, and you just kind of start defending and playing much more conservative than you're used to.
Reggie, one of the storylines heading into this one, and we saw it, Zdeněk Ondrasek, the Cobra, he almost found you for a chance just before that Morris goal, but he had been absolutely on fire heading into this one. I think he had 7 goals in his last 7 MLS matches. I mean, was just really, really on such good form. What big of a difference did he make to this Dallas team when he started producing?
It really changed the trajectory of our season. Cobra was a blessing. He wasn't playing in the first half of the season, but his perseverance is something that, I really admire because that guy really taught us what it meant to fight. He gave us the energy we needed in the second half of the season to push teams, a championship team like this. So, I think he was truly a blessing. He was, really a good player for us.
He's one of the most intimidating dudes I have ever interviewed in my life.
Mm-hmm. He's so kind. He's got such a sweetheart. He was
really nice, but he looks you dead in the eye, and he's got the big dude, the bald head, and I was like, oh man, like I don't know what's
let me ask you, is it as scary as when Zlatan used to look right past you? When you talk to Zlatan, he'd zoom in, but then look right past you, like over your head, different. Over your shoulder.
Yeah, you're like, am I here? Do you see me? Hello, here I am. Yeah, not intimidating in a different way, I should say.
We mentioned intimidating, and Susanna, you and I have talked a little bit about this. Christian, I find the most intimidating coach in MLS right after Bob Bradley, and at first I mean to be Brian Schmetzer.
No, stop. He's the nicest coach
he looks
in the world.
He looks so nice. Yeah.
He's the nicest coach in the world.
And I know that. And I know that. I've been in production meetings with him where all of a sudden he starts getting on the whiteboard and he's like, you see, Jill, I want Jordan to try it. I want him to go wide. I want him to do this. And he's so nice. And I hear from all the Seattle local media oh, he's like a dad. He's like a grandpa. Schmetz is the best. But I don't know what it is. I think it's the scientific way that he looks at you when you're asking a question. And I've told Suze, and we've talked about this on our podcast, that I crumble when I'm asking the question. I'm like, he's just looking at you in this way of I feel like I'm like, am I about to say something dumb? I don't know what it is about Schmetz. He brings it out in me.
He does. He always knows more than you. So it's like, oh,
yeah,
God.
And you can
God.
see it.
He knows
and
the
you're
question before you even ask it.
Yeah, he does shake his head a little bit as you're asking the questions, right? He understands what you're about to ask him, and he wants to answer, right? So that maybe that's it.
He's never mean, and he's never not helpful, but he intimidates me. He does.
Well, I think you're the first one, honestly. or the first two. There you go.
How do you
This-
guys
this is
enjoy
the-
this? Like, are you like when you're watching this back? Obviously, we know how this ends, but like, is this? Do you get
it's
a
a
kick
weird-
out of
yeah.
watching these?
It's a weird feeling. Like I'm so into the game right now, even though I know what happens. It's like I don't I can't talk, but I know what's gonna happen. But I feel like I'm in the game. It's kind of crazy.
Yeah.
It's a weird feeling. I don't know.
Well,
Are you
we don't
remembering
tend
your,
to
like,
watch.
oh.
Yeah,
should've
I know.
been
It's
here.
just
I
weird seeing
should've
it from
made this
another
run.
perspective.
Yeah.
You know? I guess Christian understands. It's like we're seeing it from another perspective, like watching a full game of yourself.
Yeah.
Because
Yeah.
we usually I usually see film in third person, and like from a bird's eye view, that's mostly what we see. We don't actually
Yeah.
watch it in like this. It's kind of cool.
With the commentators and everything. Yeah.
Mhm.
Certainly.
Let me ask you, when I did the 2018 MLS Cup, MLS Classics remix, it was Greg Garza and Jeremy Abobasi. And Greg Garza said, I have never rewatched an entire game in my life. He's like not a big film person. You guys?
I should have got there.
Ooh.
Oh my
Reggie.
god, I remember that play. Oh.
Reg, did you switch to the left side for a bit?
Yeah. Gave Mikey his strong right side, and I was like, "Yep, I'll take the left." I think it was just after a corner we switched really quickly.
Oh, okay.
Because I don't
It
know,
wasn't
I
for
know
too
the
long.
signals when I'm not a winger, so I don't know what the switching signal is or what. It's weird, but yeah, I got it down, I guess.
Do you guys go back and watch the entire game? You're like, do you hear what the commentators say about you? Other than film, like prep film?
No. They usually. Oh my gosh, I can't. Oh my, I'm sorry.
Kind of slide, Reggie.
No, Reggie,
I
get
know.
into it.
No, that was a great ball. Great ball.
I bet if it was on your right foot, you slide there. Like
Man,
if you're on the other side.
I was wrong-footed. Man,
Yeah.
I was about to slide, but I was wrong-footed. Mine couldn't keep up. What was I gonna say? you asked
Rewatching
me
an
a
entire
question.
game.
Oh, yes. No, never. Literally never. And if we do, it'll be without commentary. Like most of the time during film, they never have the commentary on because sometimes they're saying bad things about you. So,
Never.
so you never know. But
Not you two.
I'm just kidding.
You two are perfect.
No,
I tend to watch games like this a little bit more often because sometimes I can't sleep after games. So
Oh yeah.
and it bugs
Yeah.
me sometimes to not like wanting to see a certain play that I really wanted to see. So I tend to end up watching these later at night.
Which doesn't make going to bed any easier, does it?
I was gonna say.
No,
then
not
you're
at all.
just like,
Depends if we win or lose.
People don't always understand that. I know as a broadcaster, the adrenaline that you have, you've prepared all week, the same way you guys have in training, obviously without the physical aspect. And then the post-game interviews, the post-game show that you're so on until like 10 o'clock at night. It sometimes could take me 4 or 6 hours to kind of like come down from that. Because you're thinking about
10
everything.
o'clock
you're
is a
going over
good
everything.
night. Golly.
That's a great night. I'm barely leaving the stadium
Up
at 10
2,
o'clock.
yeah.
No, I'm
At
saying
2
my
a.m., I can't
post-game
stop
show.
thinking about the mistakes I made.
Guys, I'm saying my post-game
Oh.
show ends at
Oh,
10
okay,
o'clock,
okay.
and then I'm up till 3, 4. I'm not that old. I'm not in bed by 10.
No, I remember that play. I thought Cobra was about to get
Cobra,
knocked
no,
out.
he just like popped right up
Yeah, I
too.
was
He's like,
scared.
I'm fine.
That's Cobra. That's
He's
pathetic.
made of steel.
He is.
Ooh.
That is, yeah. We went over this clip so many times. Oh.
What did Lucci say about it?
Just no cover. There was no
Yeah.
cover whatsoever on that play. Stuff.
But you also don't
Okay.
expect Raul to win that, to be honest. Like
Yeah,
against
that's
your center
exactly
back,
what-
like
Yeah, that's exactly what you could tell. Everyone was kind of hesitant because
Right.
well, he looks so small, but he can
right.
He can
No,
jump.
he can
Yeah, I
jump and hold the ball up.
Raul's got ups.
Oh yeah.
He's
yeah,
a little guy,
especially
but
when it comes to
So do
scoring.
you, though,
Like he's
Christian.
gonna jump a.
Yeah, in the
Seriously.
box. Yeah, in the box they've seen it.
In the box, oh my gosh, people jump higher than normal.
So Reggie, at this point, you guys are down 2-0. What are you the conversations? What are you saying to each other on the field right now? Like, how do you get yourself back in this one?
Still trying to stay positive, still trying to motivate my teammates and trying to make the people around me better. Because you could sense some of that negativity starting to creep in, and people starting to yell and point fingers, and we just didn't need that. So I was trying to bring that positivity in, which is something, I've struggled with, always, because it's so easy to hang your head and just blame the person next to you. But trying to be positive was a big thing, and again, a big step of growth in this game for me.
Who are some of those people that you kind of rely on to help you change the way you approach the game or your mindset? Like, who for you is that in Dallas, Reggie, and you in Seattle, Christian? Like, is it yourself? Is it your parent? Who's that person being like, pick your head up, look at the game this way, and kind of keeps you settled?
I mean, off the field, for me, it was my now wife. I was always so hard on myself, crazily hard on myself. Because, I placed such high expectations on myself that naturally when I didn't reach them, I would just beat myself up. And, she really took that grasp the game had around me and kind of let me be free. So, again, props to her. I know people are sick of me talking about her, but, it was really a great thing. It's really a great thing that I kind of felt free. And on the field for me, it's Ryan. Ryan is such a positive light for us, Ryan Hollingshead. Such a positive light on the field for us and such a beacon of hope and faith. So, he's been really, look at the season he had last year. Just looking at positivity he brought, it really helped the team.
You mentioned your wife, now wife, as you say. What's her name?
Kendall Cannon. Man, it sounds
Kendall
so good
Cannon.
to say.
Oh, it's like it's meant to be. You say people are sick of hearing it. I can tell you one thing, Reggie. Kendall is never going to get sick of that. So you just keep going
I'm here
with that.
for it all day.
Can you, for those of you at home watching, Reggie got married, right? You pulled the plug during
Like a week
quarantine, and you're
ago.
like, we're not waiting. Who knows when this is all going to be over, but we want to be married. I saw you guys had like cars of people coming to congratulate you, obviously respecting all the social distancing that one has to do when they try to get married during a pandemic. Can you tell us a little bit about that? So special.
I mean, so intimate, so beautiful. We really believe it was God's timing. We got the wedding bands for the original June ceremony the day before all the jewelers closed, and we really felt that God was telling us this is the right time to get married. Oh, that was a scary play. But yeah, God's timing during that was just beautiful. We followed the guidelines of 10 people and social distancing. It was so intimate, and I still loved it. It was amazing. Finally, and I found the woman of my dreams. I couldn't have been more happy.
I'm a
sorry,
puddle
I'll
of
stop.
mush over
So I'll
here.
talk more about soccer.
I'm telling
I
you guys,
love
I'm
this.
feeling inspired. I'm feeling motivated. I'm feeling all these different types of emotions because of
Right?
this.
Like, I need like a daily dose of Reggie Cannon in my life every single day in quarantine. Make me feel better. Lift me up. It's good
Gotta
stuff,
keep that
man.
positivity going.
Ah,
For those of you
Amen.
that want to see it, check out Reggie's Instagram. That's kind of where I stalked him before this
What a ball.
game. I knew I'd be paired
Oh,
up with
look at
him,
that
and I
ball.
checked it out.
That was
You and your beautiful wife, nice picture, and the cars kind of coming by was so cool.
Yes, man. Amazing.
I mean,
Amazing.
we just saw. I mean, there have been two really, really good chances
Knocking
for
at the
Seattle
door.
right now. If this
It's a
match,
great
Kristen,
ball.
had gone, if this had gone 3-0, like, do you feel like you guys just would have been the ultimate nail in the coffin at this point?
Yeah, I mean, being up 2-0, all you need is one
Louise.
goal to be
Dangerous,
back
yeah.
in.
It's
Dangerous.
the
It's
most
the
dangerous
dangerous
score
league, yeah.
in football.
And if we were to have scored, that, play in particular, 35 minutes in, you go into half, with a clean sheet, you tell yourself, you're probably going to win this game. I like my chances at least. So it would have been nice to have scored that.
Seattle certainly knocking at the door.
Jordan
Let's
is
talk
so
Jordan
crazy.
more.
He always looks so tired. He looks so tired. And he has so much energy. It's crazy.
We've talked about this. Because he's pigeon-toed, right, with the way he walks, so it looks extra, like, it looks even more like the way he's pigeon-toed, yeah. And that's why he can kick the ball with the outside of his foot, like, crazy well.
So well.
And so,
that.
because he like hobbles around, right? Like he just always looks tired. And then when he's hot, his cheeks get crazy red.
Yeah.
And so it just adds to it. But so he's always looks tired, but he just keeps going.
Yeah.
Poor Jordan. He's not here to defend himself, you know?
Oh, he just texted me too. So I'm
They
pretty sure
always do.
he's on.
Watching. Hey, Jordan.
Jordan.
When we were doing the MLS, the 2018 MLS Cup, we were talking, of course, about Joseph Martinez, who had a historic season that year. And saying all this stuff, I start to kind of make fun of his hair, and then he texts Greg Garza during it, and I'm like, what? I better stop what I'm saying. People have nothing else to do.
You never know.
Well,
who's
because
listening.
Joseph in that game had like light purple hair, so we were trying to all figure it out, and I had heard that it actually was an attempt to go gray, gone wrong.
Oh, got it.
But he won an MLS Cup, so I mean, his hair can be whatever color he wants.
It doesn't really matter. Oh,
But
here we
no,
go again.
It's always funny who's actually watching.
This
more
is
like-
when I think we're at our best right here.
Oh my goodness.
We are so good on the counter. We just have
Oh my God. In
JJ,
transition.
Jordan, and then Brad in that moment. They're just all so fast.
It is an exceptionally fast team. I like this little ball right here.
That's a good cross, too.
Oof.
Great cross.
Jordan texted me saying, "Hi guys."
Jordan. He's missing the
Jordan.
party.
Yeah, he should have been on this. The hometown hero scoring hopefully he
Hat-trick.
scores a lot of goals in this game, right?
Oh, wink, wink. Let's see. Oh, but I don't know. We're gonna see some excitement in just
Oh yeah.
a few moments, I believe. Oh, who's that?
Back in
Reggie!
the
They're back, baby.
I love that celebration,
back.
Reg.
You know,
Let's go,
you know,
baby.
I give up
go,
the aura
let's
of
go.
such a nice person, and then something comes over you when you score a goal. It's just like, it's crazy. I don't know. I feel so angry when I score for some reason. I don't know why. I think it's just passion. It's just misdirected passion.
Yeah,
Take another look.
I mean, okay, walk us through this little.
Yeah, they were
little-
trying to call me. They were trying to call me on this handball. I said,
Handball,
if anything,
yeah.
This is on him. This is on him. It
Yeah,
Reg,
is
not
him.
your
whatever it takes, bro. In the playoffs, bro. Whatever it takes.
Okay, Reggie, what are you
I'm
saying
arguing
to the
that's a
guys right
handball
now?
every time.
I'm saying, let's go. Come on, more energy. Let's go. You know, the positivity that we need. You know, and everyone was telling me before this game, hey, you're gonna score. Like, you know, I'm gonna play my best. We'll see what happens. You know, we'll see what happens. And then after it actually happened, it's just you don't expect it. You know, just as a fullback, you just don't expect it. But it was
you're
seriously
playing
just an
so
amazing
high up.
moment. Yeah, it's just an unexpected feeling, but you know, I loved just breathing life into this game. I wanted to give my teammates some motivation, some positivity, and you know, God ended up giving me that chance. So I'm very thankful.
And the sun is coming out in Seattle. That crazy weather when like
This when the game got beautiful. This when it got so
well,
beautiful. I love rain. I love rain to death. But this game just got so beautiful. Like,
rain.
these clouds opened up. It was amazing. I mean, and any day I'd rather play in like hard beating rain, like
Really?
downpour. Yeah, it makes the
Why?
game so like. When you imagine like someone going against the odds and a war, like you imagine like rain. You imagine like this guy
My
fighting
man-
Sounds
his
like a
last
movie
My man
day
is
in rain.
inspiring us.
Yeah. That's what I imagine. Like, I've always loved rain. Like, when it's raining, I feel inspired to go run or go, I don't know. Like, it's a great feeling. I don't know.
This is starting
This
to
is
sound
the
like
most
motivating
an
rain.
inspirational soccer
I know.
movie.
Wait.
Is he always
Christian.
like this, Christian?
Yes, exactly.
Yes.
That was my
Oh, yeah.
question.
Reg is the type of guy that would be like, in order to be the best, you got to beat the best. I want the best. I want to play the best team possible in the playoffs. Meanwhile, I'm
Yeah.
over here saying like, you know what? It'd be nice to play at home, and be up 2-0 before 30 minutes, and Reg's the complete opposite.
This
gotta
is
go
great.
against a great competition, man.
It is. It's
I
remarkable.
get excited when I'm
though.
playing against you guys. It's just nice. It's
This
awesome.
is incredible though, because we know the outcome of this game, and Reggie is still just exuding
Glittering.
positivity. So,
I bet Christian
trying.
Roldan has some
I'm
really
trying.
good Reggie Cannon impressions.
No, you should see the national team. You should see the national team. Oh my gosh, they've
Why?
got some good. Oh my gosh, yeah. I'm a very unique person, so they've got that down pat. Matt Mioska too. Matt Mioska especially, but man, there's a lot of guys there that love mocking me. It's just beautiful.
It's all in love.
Weston too. It's all in love, of course. That was a good cross.
Ooh, that was scary right there.
I know.
But then the counter, baby.
He had so much composure.
Oof.
I think Smith is so good. Man, I think he's phenomenal.
Yeah, it's a bummer he had to leave, but
Yeah.
I don't know. Who knows? He might be back.
Mm-hmm.
His deal's ending up soon.
Man, the atmosphere
this
you
is-
guys have is crazy. It's just awesome.
Yeah, I was about to say though,
It's
right now
awesome.
you're kind of taking all the positivity, all what we did in the first 30 minutes of the game away with this possession right there. If you can just keep the ball a little bit, man,
Mhm.
in Seattle,
Yeah.
it really will go in your favor.
Mhm.
It'll feel like you're back in the game. You know what I mean?
Yeah, exactly what you mean. Oh, is this the tackle?
Oh!
Yes.
I believe it is.
Oh, come on, Reggie.
Whoa! Whoa! I thought we were all friends here.
I got up very fast because it was Reggie. Otherwise,
I was
I'd be on the
telling him.
ground rolling.
I was telling you
that.
It was a mistake. Calm down. It was a mistake. It was a mistake.
Was it a mistake though, Reggie?
It genuinely was. I was trying to get the ball, like 100%. You know?
No!
Oh, come
And there's the
on.
yellow.
Come on.
There it is.
One of 3 in this one for the Seattle.
I made sure you were okay.
Yeah, you did. You went right away. You apologized right away.
Is that Reggie? Is that kind of the guy you are? Like, if you're in the wrong, are you like, hey man, my bad? Like during the
It
match,
depends
or
what
are
kind
you-
of mood I'm in.
I was
It
gonna
really
say,
does. You know, like there's the the mean Reggie comes out sometimes, but we try to
I
suppress it.
can't imagine a
But
mean Reggie.
Usually,
Oh, yeah,
trust
I
me.
can. I can. There's Blackout Reggie. There's Blackout
There's
Reggie.
blackout-
The first
That's what they
time.
call it. That's what they call it on the national team. Blackout Reggie is when
Christian,
it happens.
please tell us about Blackout
I
Reggie.
know.
No.
The first
Great
time.
job.
No, it's not a bad story. It's not a crazy bad story. But the
course,
first
of course.
time, I had played against Reggie. I heard really good things about him. Being like going to UCLA and then, signing with Dallas. And I think he's like guarding me in a corner kick. I'm like, Reg, when are we gonna get some Fortnite games going? Just casually talking, just blanks me. Doesn't even look at me. Doesn't acknowledge me. And I'm like, Reg, do you remember this moment? He goes, no, I don't. And he goes, dude, I just black out during the game. I'm like,
Wow.
Like,
gosh, bro, I was just
some-
trying to be friendly.
Mhm.
Like a
Like,
competitive
there are some
blackout.
games. Yeah, there's some games
Okay.
where I tune out everything and I just leave it straight up to instinct. And so when he told me about that, he was like, Reggie, you remember that? I was like, no, I don't remember you talking to me. It's just like sometimes there's this I don't know, this aura rises in me and we don't have to talk about it. That's for another time. But no, I try to help everyone up when when I follow them. I try to be a kind soul, but sometimes the mean Reggie does come out.
I'm telling you,
still
there's nothing
struggling.
wrong with blacking out with competitiveness. There's such
Right,
worse ways
right.
to black out.
Right. Lucci's a very stylish coach, by the way.
Oh,
don't even get us
don't
started.
even get me started on Lucci Gonzalez and his
We
style.
love Lucci's style on the call-up.
We're going to dive into that with you, Reggie, in just a bit, but we'll get into that after
fitted clothes
after
and everything.
halftime. No, it's the cardigans. Down, yeah. I'm just going to put the cardigans. I cannot get over it. Cannot.
If you ever want to troll Lucci or anything, which I don't know why you'd want to troll your head coach, but if you did, you guys should all show up to something in cardigans because it is his staple.
Love it.
And then tape it for us and send it to Suzanne and Ike so we could talk about it on the call-up because we have brought up his cardigans 20 times.
It's one of my favorite things in the world. Decision day, he had on these like the tapered tight pants and then the little white button shirt. I mean,
I cannot think about tight pants.
I was right out of
right
GQ.
Now.
It's unbelievable.
Man.
Oh my! So we go into halftime. The Sounders up 2-1 at this point. And what was the conversation like in the locker room for you guys, Christian?
I have a funny story, and I think I told Reggie this, but when Reggie tackled me, I think his foot landed on my stomach, and I was like, "Oh God, I need to go to the restroom. I need to go to the bathroom. I cannot wait till halftime." I go into halftime. I go into the stalls. I miss the whole meeting. I'm listening, but I'm not in my locker. I'm listening to everything they're saying, but I'm distracted, obviously. I'm in the bathroom. I'm doing my thing. I'm ready to go after half, but it was a blast, I'll tell you what.
Reggie sabotaged
Wow.
you.
Wow. Oh my gosh. All right, Reggie.
I love it.
The things that we
that
find out on
feel?
MLS Classics.
Right? Exactly. This is the information that people really want to know. All right, well, we've got a couple promos we've got to run through here, including our next MLS Classics remix. Friday, 4 p.m. Eastern, we're taking it back to a 2013 Cali Classico. David Beckham, might have heard of him, and the Galaxy taking on San Jose. This one is the Alan Gordon game. Gordo is going to join Andrew Wiebe, Charlie Davies, and former Galaxy defender Sean Franklin to relive the action. This game is available on YouTube, Facebook, MLSsoccer.com, and the MLS app. And please join in that conversation. Jump in the comments and ask some questions because we love that.
Yeah, we do. And we love halftime stories, don't we, Suze? Also,
yes.
it is this week, MLS unites to discover new. Guys, what are some new hobbies or skills that you have attempted during this hiatus? All of the messaging has been, it's such a good time to learn a new skill, learn a new language, pick up meditation, which, by the way, I've conquered 1 minute. But it's really, in reality, so hard because you're adjusting to this new life. Reggie, what have you maybe conquered here during quarantine?
Being married, adjusting to married life, adjusting to a dog with, I have such bad allergies. There's been so many things I've started to deal with. It's been amazing. There's been a lot of growth this quarantine with me. A lot of aspirations and growth moments. Because it's hard to stay sane, especially in these tough moments. A credit again to my wife and everyone around me that's been supporting me during these tough times. But there's been a lot of growth within this, and it's been amazing.
Christian? Would you describe quarantine as amazing?
Yeah,
Maybe
I'd
that's
say
not the
so.
right word, but
No,
I
not the
love
right
it.
word,
Stay with
but
amazing.
I think that's just the way I am. I like to stay at home. I'm a homebody. After training, all I want to do is lay on the couch or watch something on TV or play video games. So it's been pretty easy for me, fortunately. I've been streaming video games quite a bit, so that's been a blast, staying engaged with fans and being able to communicate with people that not necessarily have access, to chatting with me.
I heard
And
that you had
obviously hanging
said,
with us.
we're going to get started here in the second half in just a moment, but I heard you were asked, like, hey, Christian, who's your ideal quarantine roommate? And you so lovingly, even though he told you always get lucky, said your brother, Alex. He is your roommate, correct?
He is my roommate, so he lives with me, and I want to declare that. I want to say that out there, you know. He lives with me, so I'm the landlord, right? So he makes a... Yeah. He's not my roommate.
Important.
He lives with
That's
me.
an important tidbit to differentiate.
But it's great. It's great because he makes me lattes. Like, he makes me food sometimes. You know, we're always, you know, training with each other. You know, working out together. So it's been a blast.
I love that you clarified that. When my little sister, she was going to law school and she lived with me, I'd always say, my sister lives with me, or I let my sister live with me.
That's it.
You know, trying to come out as the nice older sibling, not the older
Right.
sibling that's a loser and needs a roommate like I was.
New York is expensive. All right, so Reggie, for you guys, what was the halftime conversation like? Because I mean, at this point, like you had gotten yourself back in the game. So what was the words from Lucci?
Again, keep pushing. Don't give up. You know, it's going to get even tougher from here on out, but this team was ready to fight. We were ready to keep going. And, you know, Cobra, again, gave us that intensity that we needed. And especially Barrios as well. You know, they were really helping us with this intensity that we just have to keep going and not giving up. And that was a message from Lucci, and we ultimately followed through with that.
I cannot look at Roman Torres
the...
without the fro. I'm sorry. It's just like, it throws me off every time. I'm like, who is this guy? Mm-hmm. It's weird.
Yeah.
How much did you see Lucci Gonzalez grow or change? That's okay. We always have time for soccer hair, Suze. You know that.
It's just like, I can't get over it.
Reggie, in his first full season, how much did you see him change when you think to week one to you guys are starting to make a playoff run?
Man, the development and the growth of Lucci over the season was amazing. You know, I've always known Lucci. I've always been familiar with him because, again, he was the one who brought me to FC Dallas in the academy in the first place because he said I had a future there. You know, so I've always known Lucci, his personality, but, you know, his confidence in his players and the freedom he gave that second half of the season really helped this team. You know, obviously we had a little slump in performance, but, you know, Lucci's growth and, you know, his overall development of this team was really positive. Really positive. Great save.
Jesse's a good shot stopper, man.
Yeah, he is. Mm-hmm.
Reggie, what is he like personality-wise? Because Jill and I, we've talked to a ton of keepers in the league, and like, there's always a little quirk about them, you know? Like Steph Fry is an amazing dude, and then he's also like super artistic.
He's an
and
artiste.
has this, like, and so like I feel like with keepers, there's always like some little
keepers
little
are
quirk about
very
them.
yeah, they're very weird people, but they're very unique people at the same time. Yeah, they all have their super out there interests, and it's amazing. Like they're just very unique people. I love them to death. You know, but Jesse, he's the biggest goofball, one of the biggest goofballs I've ever met. One of the biggest goofballs I've ever met.
I would never know
But
that.
I love that about him.
Is Steph Fry kind of like the village elder at this point, Christian, or does he just come across that way? 'Cause when I talk to him, I feel like he's the village elder.
The village elder.
Oh, yeah,
poor
he
Steph.
definitely is.
That description's hilarious.
Oh,
my
he'll love
gosh.
it. He'll like get it tattooed on him, village elder.
He's growing out his beard, you know.
Yes.
He's the guy. He's the guy you want.
When I first started in MLS, it was playoffs 2015. They had just beat the LA Galaxy, and I was being told I'm interviewing the goalkeeper. Like, okay, I barely knew who he was. Steph Fry comes over, and it's raining. Duh, we're in Seattle. did I have a rain jacket on or anything? No, I don't even know if I owned one. Steph Fry comes over, does the post-game interview, and holds my umbrella for me.
What a guy.
I'm like, what a guy.
Yeah,
That was such good covering by Ryan.
That was, yeah.
We needed more guys in the box there. We had 2 guys in the box.
That was a heck of a cross, too, from Nico.
Oh, yeah.
Who would you say is kind of having the momentum at this point?
I think Seattle's gained a bit of it, but, I mean, honestly, it's going back and forth, going both ways, but
Yeah.
I think Seattle definitely has the edge right there.
You haven't had like a clear chance, but you guys are gaining momentum right now.
Right.
Oh yeah, Reggie.
You hear that? You're finding some good spots.
Hi, Stu.
Stu Holden
Finding
says
good
so.
spots, baby.
Reggie, look at you.
Look at you with that wing progression, Reg. I see you.
I know. No, see, coming straight back from national team camp, when he told me I was playing winger, all I heard in my head was wing progression. Just get on the inside shoulder of the fullback. As soon as Ryan or Brisson gets the ball, make the run. Man, Greg had implanted that stamp in my head.
Wait, is that a Berhalter-ism?
Yeah.
Wing progression?
That's a... Yeah. That is
Good
a
to know.
Berhalter tactic.
Stamp.
Stamp. That is 2 words that define Greg, just wing progression.
Wing
Wing
progression.
progression. Got it.
I'm going to use that so much. I can't wait. Oh.
Yo,
Yeah,
Ryan.
you're right.
Ryan is so good, man. He is so
Thank
underrated, bro. He
Thank
is
you.
right-footed, like
Thank
almost.
you.
I don't even know what position he is, and he ends up as a left back this year. Has his best almost career year. Not being lefty, you know, playing on a really young Dallas team. Dude, what a baller.
The guy is left out of so much content. Like I believe he's one of the best fullbacks in MLS. He had one of his best seasons last year. The dude like played almost every position on the field for us last year. He played so many positions. He played 6. He played 8. He played left wing. He played right wing. He played left back. He played right back. He played center back. And one of the 5. He played 5 in the back. The guy, I think he's so underrated. He's phenomenal. I think he's so.
Why
good.
do you think he
He's
gets
so,
ignored?
Good question. I don't know.
I think it's because he's not flashy.
Yeah, I think he's just such a robust left back who gets the job done. And he scores and assists all the time. He's very effective. He's just not the most flashy, I'll take you on 1v1 fullback. But I think he's phenomenal.
Well, you're making a case for Ryan Hollingshead, I'll tell you that.
Yeah.
I'd rather
like
die
this.
for my brother.
I like this conversation though because I feel like getting the perspective from you guys is always interesting. Like who else? Well, Christian, for you, like who is a guy on Seattle that you think is completely underrated in terms of what you see and what he does for you as a teammate?
Man, well, Brad Smith for me was so good for our team.
Yeah.
And he doesn't have he's not a guy that's gonna have the ball at his feet, for a lot of the game. He's gonna make so many runs that put so much pressure on the other team because you have to track that runner. And when he does get that ball, he's gonna be effective with his cross. But the fact that he is relentless and making those runs each and every day, or each and every game day, and he doesn't necessarily get credit for all the runs that he doesn't get the ball, is a trait that just makes him so good.
That's a great one.
Totally unrelated to this game, but it's all the commenters are asking about. Taylor Howell on Facebook, he wants to know, Christian, from you. all food questions. Everyone is so hungry during quarantine. Christian, what's your favorite place to eat in Seattle? And then also for Christian on YouTube, many people are asking, have you been making homemade pizza?
I've made homemade pizza. I'll answer that question. We've made homemade pizza here, and it came out really good.
What's your secret? Why is it so good?
We a ton of cheese, guys. Cheese is the answer.
Yes.
Yes, cheese is the answer.
Here
cheese
for
probably
that.
not good, you know. Yes, it's good for the soul. And my favorite place to eat in Seattle is Tacos Chukis. It is so good. You guys should try it. Yeah, it's not like a sit down place. You know, it's more like a taco shop, you know, where you just get your tacos really fast and eat, but it's so good.
I have
where
to
did
say,
we
and I'm
go?
gonna sound like
Where did you take me?
A snob. The Pink Door.
The Pink Door, that's right.
Pink Door is
biggest
good.
snobs ever. Like going to this wannabe hidden fancy restaurant, eating pasta with acrobats. But like, I just can't help myself.
I loved it. That was great.
Reggie, you got any go-to cuisine in the new Cannon household?
You know, it's so nice having someone who can actually cook in the house. It's amazing. It's phenomenal. But
Reggie is winning complimenting wife today, by the way.
I know.
Her turkey tacos are phenomenal. They're phenomenal.
Turkey, okay. I like that.
There's no way she's watching. I hope. No, there's no way she's watching. No chance.
Yeah, but she can.
Yo, my girlfriend tunes into my stream sometimes and jumps in the chat and just crushes me, bro. Saying like I'm trash at video games. Like, dude, it's hilarious.
That's amazing.
Is she the chef, Christian, or are you the chef in the relationship?
She's a PA, so shout out to all the healthcare providers. So she's a physician assistant, and so she works a ton. And so she doesn't have a lot of time to cook, and I think she wishes she did have more time. But she's been cooking a lot more recently. But I'd say it's split 50-50. I think she probably enjoys it more, but I'm like a guy that just wants his food really fast and wants to eat
Hence
everything
the taco
inside.
truck that you like to frequent.
Exactly.
Christian, what's her name?
Sienna Barron.
So, Sienna, thank you so much.
A&A.
We applaud you. And Reggie, you also have strong medical roots in your family, too. We got a lot of applause we got to give in this episode.
Yeah. My mom, urologist, my dad, a radiologist. My grandfather is a meteorologist, not quite the same, but ologist. And seriously, my family, when I told them I was going to be a professional soccer player and drop out of college, wow, that was hard. Yeah, that was not, my mom always obviously supported my dreams, but, obviously it's a very academic family, so, it took a little bit of convincing, but, she was always very supportive, so.
I think it worked out for you. Okay.
Yeah.
You're not wrong.
I can relate a little bit, and I know Suze, too, has 2 teaching parents. I have 2 parents with PhDs in psychology. So when I said, I'm going to do this thing where the P is speaking at a 4th grade level, they were like, you're going to college, what? Like, you're getting that degree, and that's what you're going to study? But they've always been super supportive. But it is fun. Yeah. It is funny how we do or do not follow in our parents' footsteps.
Yo, if he didn't shave his head, man, he would have scored that.
Man, I tell you what.
It was too wet, dude. It just
slid right off it.
It just slipped right off.
Yeah.
You're right. It literally could have slid off the top of his shiny head.
You guys are picking up momentum here, Reg.
Yeah. We're starting to get a little more of a taste of the game right here. A lot of possession.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah. You were talking about his goal against England. It's crazy.
Yeah, that was
my
crazy.
gosh.
And
that was one of the great stories, I feel like, of last year was sort of his emergence, not only with FC Dallas, but he gets his first call up First international call, and then just scores this incredible goal. It was really, really cool and really fascinating, and you could see how much it meant to him. That was one of the coolest things to witness.
Yeah, he's a fighter. I mean, all that he did last year was crazy. It's crazy. So happy for him.
Funny story, Reggie, I have to ask you about. When I was chatting with John Strong, who called this game on FS1, he told me that during the player interviews, Andrasic was actually being like a bit of a jokester, like pretending to be your bodyguard. Is he the kind of guy who's like so scary, but then also just
he's
seems to be pretty
such a jokester.
funny?
He's so sweet. It was so funny during the interview. Like he had his finger on his ear and his arms were behind his back. He's like, "All clear. Come on, Mr. President." not only because he thinks I look like Obama, but honestly because he's just such a funny guy. He's so lovable, man. He's awesome.
Oh man, I would always think of Obama now when I look at you. Me too.
Wait, Reggie, Gina Miller just sent an email to Jill and I with a little tidbit about you, because you were talking about your family. So your grandfather, Dr. Warren Washington, won a Nobel Peace Prize and the National Medal of Science from President Obama in 2010. What?
Yes,
casually left that out of the ologist families.
Yeah, my grandfather is one of my heroes, but he's a hero. Like finding stuff out about meteorology. He was big into global warming. He was a hero to me. And again, like that was what made it so difficult to tell my parents, "Hey, I'm dropping out of college to become a professional soccer," because it was hard. But my grandfather always told me to do what I wanted to do what my heart told me. So, and this was one of those things. So I always had support from him. But yes, he is a very, very big name in the science field. Very big name.
And obviously in the world, if he won a Nobel Peace Prize. And you're like, sorry, Grandpa, no Nobel Peace Prizes in soccer.
I'm just a lowly soccer player over here. And this guy's shaking Obama's hand and everything.
Not to toot my own horn, but I won my 5th grade spelling bee. Thank you very much. So still have that trophy. Just,
Did Obama call you? You were in Chicago.
He did not.
Weren't you?
I'm still waiting for that phone call. I was told it would happen, but we'll get there eventually.
Is this where you score? You guys score?
It's
it
coming. It's coming. So. Right? Yeah. Oh, I want y'all to pay attention because it's happening soon.
Yeah. Was Jordan on the post there?
No, that was me, man. Mm-hmm. If I was like 2 inches taller, I would have gotten it. Only if. Dude, I can normally head the post too, but
you can jump high.
But I think because I was just standing and I wasn't expecting it. I jumped too late.
You almost saved it.
Yeah, I jumped too late.
It's a great header from Hedges, but
yeah, it was a great header.
Yeah.
Oh,
yeah, I just jumped
you
too
got
late.
Up, though, too.
Great angle.
Though.
All right, gotta ask.
Wow,
Reggie, what's going through your head at this point?
Man, we're in it. We got them on their heels. We're in it. That was we had so much momentum right now and so much emotion. We were so heated and we were ready. We were all like so fierce to go into the next play. And everyone was giving us that energy. Everyone was surrounding each other. This was one of the best feelings in this game, especially because we felt we had a chance and we felt we were in it. We were together.
Christian, rebuttal. You guys got about 25 minutes to go. Is it going through your head like this Dallas team could end our journey here?
Yeah, certainly. I mean, that always goes through your mind, but you're trying to switch the momentum as soon as you can. So, any play at this point can really change the game because now you're even. You make a good tackle, all of a sudden, your team feels that energy. So, We certainly felt the pressure at this point, and I think guys were, trying to give it an extra 10% at this point to get the next goal or the next tackle to really change the momentum.
Well, Schmetzer getting ready to make a substitution here. We're going to see Brad Smith come out of the game. Victor Rodriguez enter. Christian, what do you think was behind that substitution, and what did Victor bring at that point?
Well, Victor is such a asset to our team in 2019. He was a player that played in the Barcelona Academy, a player that was so good with the ball at his feet. An individual dribbler, being able to play in tight spaces. So we needed someone to keep a little bit more possession, and taking Brad out and putting JJ back at left mid, moving Jordan, I think, to right mid at this point, I think helped us, because JJ as well on the ball is so good at left back. So playing out of the back, that was another way for us to take advantage of Victor coming in.
There's your guy, Mr. Underrated.
Mr. Underrated.
Missed half of this season through various injuries. That has really been the case throughout his 2.5 seasons here in Seattle. But when he's on the field, he's been good. He averages a goal or an assist every other game, including the playoffs.
Who's been watching the Last Dance documentary? Unrelated but related. I'll tell you why in a minute.
I haven't watched it yet, but I've seen so much stuff about it. So much stuff.
I have to tell
Reggie.
you, I watched The Sopranos just a few months ago, I think when quarantine started, and I was so upset that I didn't watch it when I could have spoken to other people about it. So if you can, I highly suggest, it's only 4 episodes in, getting caught up now so you can be a part of all the conversations. But something Michael Jordan says is, he says talent wins games, but it's teamwork and intelligence that wins championships, right? And we hear about that all the time. Obviously, if you would have looked at this game, you would have said, well, the Seattle Sounders, having now been there at this point twice in the last 3 years, they have that intelligence. Christian, was this a team that you felt like you guys knew you would end up there? Or at this point in round 1, were you guys still kind of figuring out what your identity would be in the postseason?
I think a little bit of the latter, because of a couple reasons. I didn't think we were playing extremely well going into the postseason. We were scraping through games. We gave up a lot of possession in the last couple games, especially at home. We were just playing counterattacking football, and it was effective for us. But when we were going into the playoffs, we had no idea if it was going to work or not. And so there was a little bit of a shift in the way we played. So there was a lot of question mark, and to be able to get past Dallas, I think, was a way for us to feel have a little bit more confidence. You need a game like this to really boost your way into the playoffs.
But that's Seattle to a T. It's peaking at the right time, and literally every season, you guys peak at the perfect time and are the best team in the league at the perfect time every season. Or every season against the postseason.
Yeah, was it 2016? That was my first season
2016,
covering
yeah.
MLS. And in July, Seattle was at the bottom of the Western Conference standings. And that was when they fired Ziggy. Schmetzer took over, and then all of a sudden it was what happened to Seattle? I mean, they just took off. It was such a remarkable
and that was the year
run.
Nico Ladero came in mid-season, right?
Yeah.
So he was just kind of starting to figure it all out.
Yep, Nico was
Yep,
huge.
that was when Nico, right when Schmetzer became coach, I essentially became a starter. I scored on the first game, and I think he just kind of felt like I was going to end up as a starter, so that kind of helped me going forward as well.
There was a point in the minutes after Jordan Morris's goal when it was
I even see that with Atlanta when we went from Tata to Frank de Boer, and You know, you look at a guy like Miles Robinson, who had been on the team forever and like virtually didn't play under Tata, and then starts almost every game under Frank, and is this defensive phenom. And I think sometimes it's just a new coach, a new head coach, figuring it out, like, who are going to be now my guys.
Yeah, I mean, you need someone that believes in you, right? And if someone sees that you have talent, you know, work rate, and you know what you're going to get from that guy, you know, you need a coach like that. So you need a coach to believe in you just as much as you believe in him. So the feeling's got to be mutual.
The crowd seems to be getting louder now that it's a tie game of all things.
Mm-hmm.
Reggie,
yeah, plays
as
a
a,
huge
Environment
factor.
again is amazing.
how much does that affect you as a visiting team? I know, like, with Christian, I mean, you guys are used to it, but for Reggie, like a visiting team coming to CenturyLink, how much does that actually affect the game?
For me, it doesn't really affect me. But again, that's the thing with, like, I've learned that because of that experience playing in the Gold Cup final in front of 50,000 Mexico fans, you know? Like, that's an experience that helped me grow and give me the experience for something like this. But for young guys, I think that's something tough that they kind of have to get the rhythm of getting into. But, you know, I think it's something that definitely affects younger guys, but as a whole, I think just being together really kind of dissipates that.
I'd add to that.
Yeah, go ahead, Christian.
Like, you know, for guys like Reggie who, you know, don't necessarily, you know, crack under pressure at that point, you know, guys that have been in the league for a while now, it just adds motivation. You know, you want people rooting against you. You want to play in these big games where the fans don't want you to succeed, because when you win, it's that much more special. So I would much rather play in stadiums where 50,000 people are rooting totally against me than play in a stadium with 10,000 people rooting against me, right?
I love how fired up Roman Torres gets at times. Christian, is that what he's like at? I know he's also very funny, but is that what he's like a lot of the time? Like, just a fiery guy?
On the field, certainly. You know, in practice, he's a winner. He just wants to win, so he'll do whatever
you can
it takes.
feel it.
Oh yeah, but off the field, what a sweetheart, man. What a sweetheart.
What was your reaction when he cut his hair?
I liked it. It made him look meaner to me. It made
Always
him look,
coming back
you
to
know,
the hair.
stronger.
I can't help
you
it.
know.
I love it.
Oh, this is weird.
This scared me, by the way. This scared
is
me
so
a lot.
I don't blame
strange.
you.
Reggie, what happened? They called a foul on you guys, that there was some pushing, but like, you don't really see this on a free kick.
Yeah, the new rules that have been instituted now say you can't be pushing the wall or being in there. But this play was like a slight push from Ryan, who was on the wall. But come on, like, that's football. Of course you're gonna get pushed. Come on,
Right?
But
Christian's
I think
laughing.
it's. But
I
now
like the
that
new
the
rules.
the rules they're instituting now are much more clear, so that there's no more of that funny business from us.
Do you guys kind of, like, depending on the referees, because I know you guys all know the referees by now, do you kind of know, like, which ones you can get away with a little bit more pushing and shoving, or, like, is it, you know, do you just, are they all kind of the same? Are there varying degrees, I guess, of harshness?
You like some and you don't like some. That's
Yeah.
just that's the way it is, you know. Oh, there it is.
This was so weird. I was standing basically right behind the goal, and I was like, what just happened?
The man is
And I
just
couldn't tell
always
what
in
went
the
in.
right place at the right time.
Tell
Always.
you what. Oh, Jesse.
Jordan Morris, like, could you have? I mean, this had
look
to
at
have been
that,
what
just a-
sealed the deal as comeback player of the year at this point, because he obviously was in
certainly.
the running.
Certainly.
You have a
I mean, Jordan
hat
just
trick in a
he's doing
playoff
his
game?
job there.
Yeah.
Yeah.
He's doing his
Well,
job
he
there,
just-
sealing
he does such a good
Brandon
job of
with Gustav.
exactly. Uses his
Oh,
body,
yeah.
flicks it off. I mean, it's just
A little wave. Who's he waving to, Christian? That's what I want to know.
His parents, most likely. They have like he always says hi to them before the game, gives them a wave.
I feel like we have
I mean,
some
you-
really nice
you-
guys between Dallas and Seattle.
I know.
Reggie,
Honestly.
Christian, Jordan.
Good dudes all around. But Christian,
Christian,
I
I
know.
know,
Okay,
you know,
Reggie.
they-
What?
Did you see that touch?
And that bad pass? Yes.
No. Okay, that was under
No, I'm
pressure, a
kidding.
lot of pressure.
No, that was good. I'm getting better at receiving balls. I'm getting better at getting balls in that space.
Yeah.
Man, I think Brian Acosta takes so many shots. It is crazy. And
Well,
I still remember the goal
I
he had
slid on that
last
play
series,
because
LA
of that.
Galaxy. Yeah. Man, his shot's hard though.
Yeah.
Shoots the ball really well.
Him and Brandon, you guys have really good players that can shoot from far.
Brandon's shot is always a knuckleball.
Yeah.
It is insane.
That's another guy to me that's underrated. He's underappreciated.
Serena? Yeah, I agree. It's just so much competition in the midfield for young guys. Dallas, like Paxton, Thomas Roberts, Brandon
and you
Serena,
had-
Jesus Ferreira,
You had
some
Jackson
guys.
Hayes, Ja'Cory Hayes as well.
Ja'Cory,
I mean,
man,
he
yeah.
was really good too.
Ja'Cory was unbelievable. Loved the way Ja'Cory played. But yeah, so much competition.
Well, we're going to see another sub being made pretty soon. Lucci is going to bring in Paxton Pomykal, Reggie. And he is one that, I mean, he had been dealing with that. I can't remember, was it a hip injury that he
Hernia.
was dealing with? But he, I mean,
Sports hernia.
a guy who is, I mean, he's so, his talent is speaks for himself. But what at this point, like, how fit was he? I mean, and how confident were you guys that Paxton could come on and make a difference?
Yeah, we knew Paxton would come on and make a difference, but we knew he wasn't fit, which is, again, why he didn't start. He wasn't match fit because of everything going on. And this is actually where I moved to right back, I believe. And Santiago Mosquera goes to left wing. But Paxton was really, like, he changed the game a little. Like, he changed the game step by step for us. Fitness-wise, it was kind of tough for him just because of dealing with the hernia surgery. He was out for a couple of weeks, but, you know, it's hard. But you could tell some guys were frustrated getting subbed. You could tell there. But it was just a great opportunity for Paxton. And what a save by Jesse. Oh, this is the amazing save. Man.
Oh my
Man, that would have
Lord!
been the nail in the coffin.
Yeah, Ryan has been so good for this team. So good.
Wow.
And he's so humble, too. He's like, I didn't do anything. I'm just doing my job.
I'm gonna watch this again. This is incredible.
Great save.
Oh.
And Ryan, look, he's always ready.
Just that awareness.
Oh,
Oh my God. Unbelievable. Just gets that leg out.
He's so good. He's so good. So
I am
good,
a
man.
new I am a new appreciator of
Yes.
Hollingshead, I have to
Same.
say. Thanks to Reggie
Good.
Cannon. And that nice
you
replay
guys
from
need to
behind the
be-
net where you see him really just spread out and get the ball out of there.
Oh, he should have played Victor there.
Because I was covering the run there.
Yeah.
Gosh.
I wish that guy stayed, man. He was so talented.
Who?
Victor Rodriguez.
Oh. Did he score the first goal in MLS Cup?
He scored
Was that him?
the second one.
The second one.
Wait, sorry. Yeah, the second one.
Was it the second one? Okay.
When he's on the ball, you're talking about he's dancing on, he's feeling confident. He's just so comfortable in possession. It's relieved some of that pressure for the Seattle Sounders and allowed them to take back control of this game.
Jones for Rodriguez off the short.
Yeah, this
See, I
was
was feeling good about our chances at this point, man. We were putting a lot of pressure on you guys.
Yeah.
But you guys don't stop, man.
This is so from a broadcaster's perspective, or somebody like myself. I mean, I was sitting on the sidelines here watching this one, and I'm trying to come up with like my post game hit and my questions and who I think I'm going to interview, and the notebook, you should see the notebook. It's just like scratched out, like everything, because like it just kept switching, and it was like, oh my god. So, but it's fun. You live for those games. I mean, it really does. Just
those are the best
it
games.
Keeps you on your. It does. It just keeps you on your toes. And what my favorite thing about games like this is just, getting those like sort of immediate post game reactions of like what just happened, because
what happened there, Christian?
That was soft, dude. That was soft. But it was back there. It was like 17 yards back
Reggie.
there. He just kept running. Look, I'm like, look, it's back there. It was back there.
It's back there. It's back there.
I grabbed you on the shoulder. Look where I grabbed you on the shoulder. Right now.
Oh.
It was back there.
It was
Oh, there's the growing
aggressive,
pain.
Christian.
As you said, off the prior free kick a few minutes ago when it was still 2-2, it was a rebound that fell to Cannon.
Man, my groin was killing me.
Shake it off, Reggie.
Sorry, Reg.
Because of a push in the wall spotted by Nima Sagafi. And so as of right now,
Was it feeling tight before, or what? Or was that the play that just made it feel?
No, remember? It always hurts. Honestly, I just play through it now. But I'm used to the pain now. But it's gotten so much better. But there's some plays like that, like I don't know, when you go down, it's hard to get back up.
Yeah. I remember when I felt this play in particular, I was like, oh my gosh, if they tie this, it's all my fault. I was so happy. And then I think you guys score on this header. Oh gosh.
It's coming. Close your eyes, Christian.
It just happened so fast. We couldn't get all our markers in. And again, I was too late for the header.
Oh, this is just wild.
I love when coaches celebrate like
Look
that,
at
dude.
Lucci!
Yeah.
I
Look
love
at
it.
Lucci!
I love it.
Yeah, got so much passion.
You know
Yeah.
what I think it's a lot of the
amazing.
time managers who have not only played but played in MLS. Like I think they can't help themselves.
Yeah.
Like think about Ben Olsen. He gets
What was
fired up.
Christian? What was Stefan thinking there? Like, I mean, I thought he was
Maybe
going to
he
come
thought-
out, and I thought that.
Yeah, maybe he thought that he can come out. And then it was just, it kept going. So,
Yeah.
that guy wasn't
Dude, the guy-
was unmarked. He was
Yeah.
just unmarked.
Yeah.
We didn't pick him up.
Every time we play you guys, he stands on his head. So
Yeah.
I can't even say anything. Guys, unbelievable.
Be honest, who at this point do you think this is going to extra time, and who at this point do you think's getting out of here?
Man, with all the momentum, I'm thinking, man, we've got this. We've got all the momentum. Everyone's together. No one's negative. Like, man, it feels so good. It's so good right now. Everyone's covering each other. There's so much positivity.
And I'd say the complete opposite. We haven't trailed in this game. We like our chances. We had so many chances that we could have gone up to the third goal earlier, or even the fourth goal earlier. So, I liked our chances at this point as well. But it's just unfortunate to get 3 goals scored on us, not in the run of play.
Seattle's done that this year. One of 4 wins, 89th minute or later this season. Dallas has only ever dropped points this season.
Reggie, was that something you guys had talked about? Your potency on set pieces, and that being a particular way where you guys could really be a threat to Seattle in this game.
Yeah, talking before the game, they said this was going to be a huge chance for us, a huge chance on set pieces to even the game or to get ahead. So I really thought it was going to be a big aspect going into this game, big factor. And it clearly was. Even on defensive set pieces, you could tell set pieces was what either put us ahead or got us behind in this game.
Yeah.
It was a big effect.
Instead for Barrios. Michael making a run. Michael Barrios. Deflected cross. Kim Ki-hee gets it clear.
this audio doesn't do it justice.
It's
of
so
how
I
loud
was
it
just
is.
thinking, I'm like, my God, it's so loud. Well, you can even, the fact that you can really even pick it up just from, where we're listening to it right now. It's deafening.
Yeah.
Dallas get away with it, at least at first. Because Jones picks it right up and puts it right back in. Here's Rodriguez running it.
When Victor and JJ play together, like all I have to do is cover the left back spot when they have the ball in this position. like look at me right there.
Yeah.
They're so good in possession that I know they're not going to lose the ball, but I'm just there just in case.
Mm-hmm.
I told you all 2 weeks ago this was going to be the best game of the playoffs. None of you believed me. Here's Smith. Rolled on. Able to find the angle for Jones. His cross in.
Oh.
Through Morris off the chest. Here comes
Oh, they called handball.
I don't think it hit his hand
do
because
you
you know
think?
why? Jordan never argues. He never argues unless he's 100% right. Look at him.
Okay. I don't know. I mean, emotions
That's
are
all?
pretty high at this point. Let's watch this replay.
Let's see it. Let's see it.
Jordan Morris's hand.
Oh,
I didn't see any hand there.
Too late.
It's in bad MLS form for us to question the officials, but being that it was a not
Yeah,
in the
that is
season,
true.
I can't
Jordan
say
never
it,
argues.
It looks like
ever.
it hit his hand.
Jordan never
Jordan
argues.
really doesn't argue. Yeah.
Heard the whistle. I'm going to give him the benefit of the doubt because he put that
You know, you
Like I'll
mentioned
even
Jordan
argue
Morris.
if I was wrong.
What'd you
Yeah,
say,
I
Reggie?
would too.
Yeah.
Reg said that he would argue even if he's wrong.
Yeah.
I think that's most guys.
You got to sell it.
That is
Oh.
100% a PK, and that is one of the worst call. You know, I'm not gonna say anything.
Let it out. Let it out, Reggie.
I know.
Let it out.
No. I know people are watching right now. No, I know we got some hierarchy eyes looking down upon this
I
conversation.
want to see the replay, but I was arguing that he was diving there.
What?
What do you think, Reg?
Let's see it.
Oh, Lucci seems to agree.
And you know what? Also, for me, I would rather him not call those, even for us, because I don't want this.
Oh my gosh! Are you
Dude, I don't
kidding
know.
me?
I don't.
Are you
I don't think
kidding me?
Look at me
Even
arguing. I'm like,
even
dude,
heat
that's a
trip.
yellow.
Even Leardom trip. That was ridiculous. Gosh,
She got a
I was
yellow
gonna give
card?
me another yellow card. No,
Oh,
he gave
God.
Jesse one because he was
Reggie's
yelling at the
fired
ref.
up.
Christian, what were you saying? You don't want that to be the deciding factor that everyone talks
Exactly.
Oh my!
I don't want a call that has to be called or doesn't have to be called. You know, be the deciding factor in a 3-3 game like this.
Gosh. I don't care.
You'd rather
It's
your best
wrong. Oh my god.
Oh my God.
That's why we have VAR, Reg. Look. They checked it.
No. Let me tell you something. So he checked this, right? He checked this, right? He went to check. They told him. Oh my, no. He didn't check. They told him to play, right? Yeah.
They checked
Boo!
for
You're
him.
all wrong. Boo! Wrong call. But seriously,
Let it out, Reg.
this game was so close, man. It was like a game of inches. It really was.
Oh, man.
You know, I was even thinking on Jordan's header, how close that, or like how close
yeah.
that final goal was. It was inches.
Yeah.
An instant classic.
I was, Katie Witham and I were kind of standing by each other during this one, and we just kept looking at each other like, oh my God. Oh my God. Like, what is happening?
It's a real
It was
treat for fans. man.
Wild.
It's a real
Oh, it was
treat.
incredible.
Clipping it long. Barrios trying to get his body on Kim Ki-Hiu. Got the clearing header away. Good work by
Can we just go back for a second and talk about Lucci Gonzalez again and his fashion? Because as we saw, he had like the popped collar. I mean, the guy is just.
Does he have a
brings
stylist?
it. Yeah, does he have a stylist, Reggie?
does, man.
Or is this all on his own? Or is his wife picking out
You
his
know-
clothes? Like, what is going on?
I'm sure he does. I am sure he does. He's not going to tell us about it. That is for sure.
What does he wear to practice? Like, what does he wear like to show up to training? Like, is he just like, is he still stylish?
I mean, when he's there, it's usually FC Dallas gear, but I never see him when he arrives, though. When he... Oh, God.
I want to see, like, some streetwear, like, just cash. Like, what's he doing? Because I
Alright,
just gotta
this was ridiculous. I'm sorry. This was ridiculous.
What?
How tall is Paxton? How tall is he? And y'all are getting mad at him for challenging for the ball? Christian, come on.
He's not very big.
Look at this.
I didn't argue because it's Pax.
He
That's my
jumped with
boy.
his head. Oh, my
That's
God.
my boy.
Oh, my God.
Yeah, but it's
It was
so
a
though.
50-50. It was whatever.
He's fearless.
Yeah, it was a genuine.
He's
Roman's
fearless.
over there trying to start an argument. Yeah, he is. Paxton is fearless.
Guys, I know you guys are getting very fired up right now. But is rewatching this a therapy session?
You know, it
What
does.
can we take away
It
from
hurts
this?
to watch. It hurts to watch at the same time, but you know, it's so enjoyable because again, for me, this is one of the best MLS games in a long time. Most energetic, most back and forth, most you never know what's going to happen, unpredictable game that I was a part of, or at least I've seen now rewatching it. You know, it was a really great experience, but you know, it kind of is tough at the same time because you know this game hurts. It hurts to lose, but you know, it's one of the best growth experiences I've had. So you know, I look at it in both lights.
I applaud
Yeah,
that,
and
Reggie. Christian has a little smirk on his face, though. Like,
I applaud Reggie for watching this, you know, live. Like, it says a lot of who he is as a person. So
Could
I
you
know
do
for
it,
me it would be
Christian?
that's what I'm trying to
Yeah.
think. I have no idea.
That was such
like
a good save.
like Reggie said, this is a game of inches, man. Look at that play right there.
Oh my
I'm
God! And
pretty
look at, I think.
Yeah,
oh, no,
the
it wasn't.
counterattack. Oh my gosh.
Yeah.
No, I know
Oh,
what you're talking
man.
about,
Oh.
bro. We'll talk about that
Yeah.
after.
Yeah. Look at the other side. Oh my God. Ah.
Oh my gosh, Cervania.
Ah. Man, he
Just
nails
watch.
that shot 9 times out of 10, man. 9 times out of 10. This was.
Just chip it a little bit.
Oh my God.
Melvin Leard getting in behind here, and then down the other end, Cervania having the shot from distance. Cuts across it, but the chance was there for FC Dallas in transition. They had 3 against.
I know what you're talking about though. Brian Acosta on the
Yeah.
counter. I hit my new like fastest sprint ever. And trying to
Really?
chase him down. Yeah, you'll see it at
Oh
the
wow.
Halfway through the 4-minute stoppage time. 30 minutes of extra time on the
How?
you know
I
what's
mean,
funny?
How
We're
tired
thinking,
are
like,
you guys?
this was a one-off game. Like, it's so crazy. But games like this set the tone for the entire playoff run in MLS, aside from the fact that they were all knockout round games virtually. Every game was tight because everyone knew they had 90-plus minutes to give it their all, like, with no leg to. Like, these emotions, this game was specific, but I feel like I had these emotions in almost every MLS playoff game I watched in 2019.
Yeah, the one game series or one game, one off game really sets the tone, I think, for the playoffs, and everybody knew it was do or die. So it didn't make it as tactical, you know, in terms of trying to get a good result away. It was either you win or you don't. So the intensity was crazy high.
Oh God!
Reg, I think the counterattack is happening right after this corner.
Really? I thought it was maybe in overtime. Wasn't it?
Oh, was it? No. I think
don't know.
I think it was right
No,
now.
Maybe you're right. Oh yeah, it was this
Yeah.
one.
Yep. There we go.
Look, bro,
Oh
look
my
at me.
God.
I'm like,
Oh my God!
Go!
This was
Go!
insane.
Go!
Play him. Ah!
He just was looking and looking for an option.
That one hurt. That one hurt.
Oh my goodness.
He had him.
Mosquera trying to make the run to cancel.
oh no.
And you see,
forgot
everyone's
about
just
that.
exhausted. Now it's just
I
a
was just
grind.
gonna. I wanted to ask about the fatigue level at this point, and then knowing that this game was likely going to go into extra time. Like, how do you guys find that extra gear to
willpower?
Your heart out.
I love this overhead clearance.
I was cramping in this situation right here, but I just kept going.
Dude,
because
your hesitation, I think, is the reason he didn't play it. You were like half and half.
Yeah.
But oh my gosh,
had him.
Dude, he usually has a better shot too. It's just he's probably tired too.
He's been all over the field today for FC Dallas. We'll see if Andrasic can continue.
So Andrasic's going to get subbed out here.
Now it's interesting. They've got Ja'Cory Hayes up.
hey, my boy.
What's up, Ja'Cory?
Barrios played up top.
So good. Such
if
a
I'm
good
not
player.
mistaken.
Some
Yes.
fresh legs.
Yeah. Ja'Cory, I think I gotta go on my Ja'Cory spiel. I think he is such a good player. If you're talking about underrated, that's an underrated player. Oh my god.
We have a lot of
He's so
underrated
good.
players.
I love this.
Such a
In
good
this
player.
one, it seems. And we're heading to extra time. Woo!
Take a breath, y'all, because we are going to.
I'm getting
into
excited.
extra time. I know. It's funny because I feel almost the same way as I felt when I was watching this live. Like it was just like, this is. In a way, I didn't want this game to ever end. Like it was that good. It was just wild. One of the best matches I've ever seen firsthand.
Mm-hmm.
All right, so we're going to get into extra time in just a minute, but before that, we're going to give you a little taste of a new show that we have on our MLS challenge. This is MLS Idol, Soccer's Hidden Talents, hosted by yours truly. Last Thursday night, we premiered our first episode, and we're going to be back again this Thursday night at 7:30 p.m. Eastern. Myself, Charlie Davies, and guest judge Bobby Boswell. We're going to check out the skills from Red Bull's Kyle Duncan, San Jose's Tommy Thompson, Kansas City's John Pulskamp, and Sacramento's Andrew Wheeler Omiunu. You can watch this on Twitter, Facebook, and YouTube. And I said this before we started this stream, but Reggie Cannon has some serious dance moves, and I think that you would be an outstanding contestant on MLS Idol. I'm just going to throw it out there.
Suze is not letting this go, Reg.
No, I'm not.
If I still had those dance moves, I promise you I would be on there.
Come on, Reggie. We got. This could be a new quarantine activity for you. Just refresh. All right, let's get back into the game. We're heading into bonus soccer, people. This is so good.
Free
it's just
soccer.
So good. Who doesn't want more of this, right?
Whew. Okay.
Oy, get the stream up. So, okay, where are your heads at as extra time starts? Like, if it's Seattle, like you feel like you were kind of controlling things, like Dallas is like, but we've come back twice in this one. I mean, at this point, it's like, who has the edge here?
Yeah, I mean, it's a coin flip. It's anybody's game at this point.
Yeah. It's about who's willing to run more and who's willing to give more.
Yeah.
Tactically, was there any specific messaging from either of your managers when they know everyone's kind of legs are starting to go out? And tactically, was there anything that Schmetzer or Lucci were really pushing at this point that you wanted to change it up?
I mean, for us, trying to exploit Jordan's pace with Ryan Hollingshead, although Ryan is really fast, but he is not a left back. So, trying to exploit that. But it was really just trying to motivate the guys to keep going, to keep moving their legs, because, like Reggie said, it's going to come down to that.
In these scenarios now, John, in extra time in the playoffs, you really look to your leaders of your team. And a guy that
You hear Stu Holden saying, obviously, a storied career in himself, that you start to look to your leaders at this point. Reggie, Christian, who are you guys looking to as you started to head back out there?
Now, who's going to be that guy? Who is it going to be? Christian?
Yeah, I mean, we're looking for Ryan Hollingshead to step up, Matt Hedges, Barrios, and especially Cobra. Those are the players that we look at to help kind of lead us in these tough times, because, again, that veteran leadership and that energy that we're just maybe lacking a bit of right now.
Yeah, and for us, it's Nico Lodero. I mean, he's the heart of our team. the one that doesn't stop running, you know, finds that extra gear and that extra pass. So looking to Nico for answers, you know, trying to get him the ball as much as possible. But, you know, Gustav is a defensive machine, and he helps us a ton.
I just want to point that out. Paxton just crossed that ball with his right foot, by the way.
And Barrios heading that over Roman or someone, whoever that was.
Yeah.
I think that was Torres.
Just make sure you're making good decisions.
Well, that would have been interesting. One of the shortest players in MLS history at 5'2", Michael Barrios rising up for a header's hedges.
Great touch.
To bring
I
that
know.
over his shoulder, and Morris trying to run in behind. And you mentioned what they missed with Chad Marshall's abrupt retirement mid-season. How about Osvaldo Alonso, a guy that had been a part of every season. In fact, everything significant Seattle's ever won. MLS Cup, Supporters Shield, 4-0.
Also, Barrios does not stop running, man. He may get tired, but man, he keeps carrying on. Keeps chugging on.
It's easier for us smaller players, huh?
Yeah.
Obviously, at this point, you don't know who's going to play the hero. But, Christian, you and Jordan Morris are one of the more highlighted bromances in Major League Soccer. Not only being your teammate, but also being your dear friend. What was it like to watch him come back from such a tough injury in 2018, where he gets injured in a preseason game, does not play, and then comes in for week 1 of the 2019 season? I was on the sideline for that one for FS1. You guys hosted FC Cincinnati. And Jordan Morris, it's all Schmetzer has him play out wide. He scores in that game, and then he goes on to become Comeback Player of the Year, and obviously has one for the ages in this one. What were some of the conversations you had with Jordan in this season of, would Jordan Morris come back to be the Jordan Morris that we know?
Yeah, I watched Jordan grow as a person and as a soccer player, and I think that's probably one of the most satisfying things that I've done, and it wasn't even, you know, for me. It was.
I need you to look at this. Oh my
God! It was that.
God.
That could have been one of the best goals ever.
Could have been MLS goals of the season. This was crazy.
The history.
When I threw him
Look
this
at
ball,
this.
I was like, what is he doing?
Did he dribble it off one knee and drop it to his foot?
Golly, he assisted himself.
Something like that.
Talented. So talented.
Darn, Paxton, we wouldn't be sitting here maybe talking about Jordan Morris.
He got so much power on that, too.
Yeah, Paxton's left foot is cultured. That thing is nice.
Yeah.
His culture. Christian, what were you saying about J-Mo?
Well, I watched him grow as a person, you know, as a human being, and also as a soccer player. And I think that was the most satisfying thing, I think, for me as a really good friend of him. As I watched Reggie just do his work, do his regular work. And so it was just so satisfying to watch him do his thing and flourish and get better, and know that this setback is just going to be temporary. Because I remember watching him work out and then just break down when he was dealing with his ACL injury. He broke down, and I've said this story many times, but I think it was a defining moment for him. He got over that hump right after that, and really you know, just told himself that he was going to be better because of the injury.
Yeah, I mean,
look how tired everyone is.
It's just, I mean, I'm feeling for you guys. Just like the leg. Oh,
Brandon, that guy can shoot, man.
Oh my gosh, this game hurts.
It's a game of inches, man.
I'm gonna point something out here about this particular extra time in this game. Steph Fry makes 5 saves in extra time in this game, and really didn't have to. You know, the game was 5 saves, but like for Seattle, knowing that you have him in goal, like how much confidence does that give you guys as a team? That, you know, he is that, you know, he in 2016 he made the save, like he is that seasoned vet, elder, as Jillian said. Like, what? How much confidence does that give you guys?
I mean, it's unbelievable knowing that if I cannot get to a player on top of the box like that and just have all the confidence in the world that he's going to make a play, it really makes you feel really confident about your chances of winning a game when you don't let in goals like that.
Nuhu, man, he is such a fan favorite. You hear the guys just go crazy for him. What is it about Nuhu?
Man, that guy is just nuts. The way he plays, he's an entertainer, honestly.
Okay.
He's not a professional soccer player. He's an entertainer. He's an athletic beast. He does some crazy stuff on the field, which I do not understand to this day, but it makes him who he is.
The fans love Nuhu. When Susan and I were there for MLS Cup a few months ago, everyone wants to talk about Nuhu. He is just one of these guys that like has like the hearts of the fans.
I mean, his social media is crazy. You guys need to look at this guy. It's ridiculous. He just like thinks he's a good dancer, and he just keeps going like it's super casual.
Oh gosh.
Are you saying he's not a good dancer, Christian?
I think he has too much confidence, and he thinks that he's better than what he is.
Fair enough.
And you can't say they look like younger players in this game through 98 minutes.
I think it was an epic picture from the year before in 2018. Buana and Nuhu, obviously Muslim, so celebrating Ramadan right now. Ooh. Happy Ramadan to all of our Muslim brothers and sisters that are watching. But he did that epic backflip during Ramadan when he was fasting. I wish we had the picture of it. There's that one that's so good.
And he got so high. The airtime was incredible.
Yeah.
While fasting.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Walla is crazy. He can be so good, and I think he has a lot of potential, so hopefully we can see him flourish sometime soon.
Oh gosh.
Oh man.
I remember
that you?
Ja'Cory.
I didn't mind this scenario because I got a little breather here. Although it was tough for these two guys, everybody, needed to get that extra breath at this point. Oof.
Ja'Cory's a warrior. Like, that guy will go into any tackle for your team.
He's a beast.
Any tackle.
He's stronger than you think he is.
No, he is deceivingly strong.
Yeah.
The guy does not lose the ball if you're pressuring him.
Yeah.
Super strong.
There's that Buana backflip I was thinking about.
Did you find it?
Yeah.
You know I always got to
Look
find
at
stuff
that.
on my phone and call it up. Look at that air.
One of the youngest rosters in MLS playoff history in Dallas. Here's one other way to look at it. Seattle 8 points better than Dallas in the standings. If you look at just the knockout round game since 2011, the biggest ever standings gap that's been overcome, so to speak, RSL last year when they beat LAFC. 8 points below LAFC in the standings. To find a single game with a bigger gap like that.
Oh boy.
Here we go.
Is this when it all starts? Pleasantries go out the window.
They've been out the window. They've been out the window this whole game.
Yeah, probably after the first minute.
Yeah.
There was confusion here over this drop ball, and
Yeah, what are y'all arguing about, Christian?
I think they're arguing whose ball it was because I think it bounced to one of our players.
Uh-huh.
If I'm not mistaken, but I think Dallas is arguing that
It's
it
our
was
ball.
50-50. Yeah, I don't know.
Yeah.
I don't know what ends up happening. I think we just kick the ball up for you guys.
I think you guys kick it back.
Yeah.
Just taking a nice breather.
That was a nice, like, two-minute break.
Reset
Yeah.
those lungs a little bit.
Yeah, I feel bad for the players on the field right now.
I mean, look how big the field is now.
And then Nuhu
This guy is.
Why
so
are you laughing
athletic.
at Nuhu?
He's just so. Look at him. He doesn't have to do this.
This guy knows exactly what he's doing.
Yeah,
He knows
he
exactly
doesn't
what he's
have to
doing.
do that. You know what I mean? And he just runs back like he didn't do anything.
It's like what?
Who, me?
Oh gosh.
Hollingshead with the header to find Barrios in a good pocket of space.
I feel like there was no rhythm to this game. It was just back and forth.
Back
it
and
was.
forth. Back and forth.
From minute one, Christian?
Yeah, I'd say.
They were like little pockets, but
Yeah, but you couldn't say like Seattle dominated first half, you know, or Dallas dominated second half. But it was just crazy back and forth.
oh my gosh, play him! Oh my god!
Great save, man.
Of his 6 feet 1 inches to push that past the post. Didn't make a save in normal time. That's his 3rd save in extra time.
I mean, Seattle at home, the number 2 seed are hanging on right now against the number 7
Panic?
team.
Is there any panic now, Christian?
And FC Dallas.
I mean, we just have Steph saving our butts, and you know we're working our butt off, but it's just not good enough at this point. There's no panic, but we want to go into the half of extra time, of overtime. You know, draw it. You know, we want to be 3-3 to give ourselves a chance to you know win. Although, you know, we're under a lot of pressure right now.
Who's getting food delivered? I heard a doorbell.
What's that?
Now I'm hungry.
I know.
I always think about that
Our
halfway
ball.
through. Like, would have been nice to order some pizza, some snacks. Like, we're really hanging out. Suze, our next one, we should make like margarita taco night themed, I think.
Ooh,
Just throwing
I
that
like
out
that.
I like that.
You guys want to come back, do another one? We got to pick a Dallas
Yeah.
winning game.
Yeah, it's only fair.
Wow. Oh my gosh.
Okay.
Both those guys are strong, dude. But Ramon's definitely got like 50 pounds on him.
I'm not sure I'd want to get in the way of a Roman Torres haymaker, though. If it
Exactly, Stu Holden.
No way.
well here, Torres just using that strength.
Jeez.
Well, oh, he kind of flipped him by his thigh, just a little.
I don't think Ramon likes when people, you know, try those moves on him.
It's like, I'm just gonna flip you.
Yeah.
So Reggie, you have you've said several times that this was a game that really, you know, allowed you to grow as a player and certainly as a team, and you know the confidence that it gave you to go toe to toe with the would-be champions. You know, what is heading into the 2020 season? What's the difference? You know, like are there bigger expectations because of what you were able to accomplish here in this game and in the playoffs, this experience?
Yeah, again, this growth really helped push my career to that next level. You know, I got an experience and a taste of what it was like, not only to play in a different position, but to do when things get tough. You know, now I feel I'm more equipped for what comes, and hopefully what happens in a World Cup one day, where you know, hopefully I can play in that and have that experience and know what to do in these certain experiences and be more prepared for it.
I love to just hear the word World Cup, I have to tell you.
I think we all do.
I love it.
Make it happen, boys. No pressure.
We were
But
supposed to
seeing
start
you
World
guys
Cup
in
qualifying
kind of
this
the
year
chemistry.
too.
I
Yeah.
know.
Right.
I know.
I know. There seems to just be a nice chemistry with Reggie, you, Christian, the bond that you built, training camp, and things like that. I'm very optimistic for what the new guard will bring the U.S. men's national team.
We appreciate that. Reggie's a doll. He makes it easy.
I'm going to forever think about Reggie
time?
Cannon blackouts now when I see him being really
I
intense
know.
on the pitch.
Be like,
I'm
oh,
going to be like,
he's in
I bet
blackout
he's
mode.
blacked out.
Reggie Cannon blackout mode.
Oh my gosh, I love it.
Reggie,
And what did we learn about Greg Bar? Go ahead, Suze.
Oh no, I was just gonna ask Reggie, like how many days it took to kind of like get over this one.
I mean, I still don't even know if I'm over this, to be
Really?
honest.
Yeah.
But, it hurts because you get the taste of being so close. But I would say like I let it sit for a few weeks. Because again we had another training camp after this for the national team.
Yeah.
I was like, man, I have to get over it. Oh, Brandon! Oh my gosh!
Dude.
But it's tough. It's tough. Seriously, this was a great save.
This is an amazing save.
This is a tired overlap. Oh gosh!
Vintage,
Dude, do you see
vintage
his
Steph
right
Fry,
foot slip
man.
a little bit? Look. Oh my gosh.
I love the behind the net angle. I think that's my favorite.
I do too.
Come on, Village Elder, tell us. Enlighten us. I'm so into this. I'm never not going to be able to see him as like.
It's like he has a tribe or something, and then like you can all be his little
totally.
his followers.
He's got 2 available. I mean, Lucha Gonzalez, FC Dallas, they look more alive, they're more alert, they have fresh legs out there,
Does this make it even a little bit tougher to know that you have a few more, hopefully, weeks, if not few months before you return to really kicking a ball around, guys?
This is making me so excited to get back out there, and man, it's just tough that we can't right now because this is what you want to get to eventually. This is the game you would strive to play in. This is what your once in a lifetime type of thing.
Well, it'll look different. We don't know how different it'll look, but I am excited for MLS to return. And whatever that means, we'll all adjust.
Sister.
I think we've all learned, like, different ways that we're more adjustable than we thought. Like this, right? We thought, okay, no soccer, we're not watching soccer. Well, turns out 4 people sitting in 4 different corners of the country are going to sit down and we're going to rewatch games and we're going to find a way to make it all interesting.
Yeah.
I gotta say, when they first told us the idea, I was a little pessimistic. I was like, well, we know what happens. How fun is it going to be to watch it back? But having the insight from the players, Reggie yourself, Christian yourself, and hearing what goes through your minds and the way you cling to a certain run you didn't make or a run you did make, it's been a great learning experience. I know for me, I felt the same when we did one with Greg Garza and Jeremy Abobasi last month.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
So thanks.
Yeah, our pleasure. It's fun. This is great.
It's also nice to talk to you guys for more than 2 questions that we're hunting you down and annoying you for. So I appreciate that as well. Turns out 4 people sitting in 4 different corners of the country are going to
feel the sort of the energy dropping, the legs going. As Hedges will rise up above Ruiz.
Man, PKs would have been crazy in this environment.
Oh my God!
Honestly, I just wish it ended in extra time, man. I don't like going to PKs.
Yeah, I don't think the fans love it, but us,
I don't.
Yeah.
I get so anxiety ridden, and I had no dogs in this race. Like it didn't matter to me, but I was just like, I cannot handle the anxiety of PKs. It's too much.
Holland's living on the edge there, blasting that one right across.
Oh, Ryan.
Luis Silva's going to be coming on for Seattle in a moment.
Luis Silva came on into this game? For who?
in just a few moments. You have any guess? Before I play spoiler.
Gosh.
You know what? We'll just let the game play out, and we'll see who John Strong brings
Jordan?
on in.
No, not Jordan. He's just scored it. He's going to score.
Christian, you really are reliving this game like it was the first time.
Oh my gosh. Yeah, I don't remember. No way it was
That's all
Raul.
right.
No way it was Nico. Gustav maybe goes to center back?
Okay. But then who comes in for Kelvin?
Do I play
There he
right
is.
back? No way.
You'll see the substitution in just a moment.
I don't remember. This is all a blur.
So off that foul, Rodriguez will pick it up for Ladero.
Silva is in.
Yeah, I think I'm playing right back. What?
y'all were
You
just,
you
y'all
have
just
no
need to get it
recollection
done.
of this.
I do not remember this. We were pushing guys forward, so. Oh my gosh. That was his first touch of the game. Or maybe
Wow.
second. Oh my gosh.
Ian Anderson, one of the most experienced assistant referees in the league, was on the line looking at it.
And there's nobody marking Silva here at the back post.
It's
Oh
a
my
good header,
God.
too.
He
Good
just
save.
keeps that out. It's a good save from Jesse Gonzalez because it bounces awkwardly in front of him, and he just almost pushes it into the post and stops it right there on the line.
Silva, longtime MLS veteran of the age of 30, one of their 2 midseason signings. First touch coming on the field was almost a winning goal with 9 minutes to go.
So for both of you, kind of watching this back, where do you rank this in terms of, games that you played in that had this level of intensity and excitement?
Up there with Gold Cup final. Because I will always, again, until a bigger, better experience comes by, that Gold Cup final was, man, that
Yeah.
was crazy. Best experience I've had in football. I mean,
That was awesome.
60,000 plus fans, and in this environment where it's 3-3, double overtime, crazy experience.
Yeah, and for me too, it's essentially a final at this point, you know?
Yeah.
Yeah.
It certainly feels that way, so, I'd rank it with the MLS Cups that I've been to, and the 2 Gold Cups. Been pretty crazy, especially being up 2-0 and all of a sudden it's 3-3, 112th minute of the game.
Separating us from a shootout. Svensson rolled in for Rodriguez. Rodriguez able to find where he
Was this it? No.
Yeah.
Yeah, it was.
Oh, here it is.
What a cluster, man. What a cluster.
Oh. Wow.
Seriously, man.
Yeah. See, we didn't
Can't
know
say
at this
more.
point.
The
I
guy's a
wasn't.
beast.
I wasn't sure if they were going to call this offside or not. It was like, is it good? Is it good? And it was.
I'm just glad it was Jordan, He deserved it
Had
after
to
a
be.
long year.
Man, yeah.
No doubt that it was a hat trick to solidify his spot as the 2019 comeback. MLS comeback
He
of
is-
the year.
Golly.
Game of inches, Reg. Oh my gosh.
Seriously.
That's crazy.
And he headed it down perfectly to where I couldn't even get
Yep.
a foot on it.
One of the things, too, I love about Jordan, I interviewed him after this game. He's just so humble. It's like the guy just scores a hat trick
He is.
in a playoff game and doesn't want to talk about
And waves
his
to his
goals.
parents.
Just wants to talk about his team and how it was the team. And it's just it's such a testament to his character that he doesn't want the focus on him. It's just all about the team, and I've always loved that about him.
He's been a shy guy. He's a shy guy.
I don't think so. I don't think
Until you
Jordan's
get to know
shy.
him. No, until you get to know him.
Yeah. He got an awesome personality.
Yeah.
Such a sweetheart, kind spirit.
If you can get that out of him, oh my god, he's one of the funniest guys around.
J-Mo's got jokes.
The second part of this extra time, you look for leaders. You look for guys that can step up in big moments and deliver.
All right,
Oh,
Red,
I
you
love
got
that.
6 minutes. You saw Lucci talking to the assistants. What's the game plan now?
I mean, there is no other game plan now. Let's go for the game. Get everyone up, get numbers forward, and try to find a breakthrough. And, we got so close on so many opportunities, but again, Seattle held their own really well. And, I give props to never giving up. Yeah, this guy thinks. Yeah, oh my gosh.
I don't know how you guys are still standing upright at this point. I'm exhausted for you.
Well, Nuhu just got subbed in, so.
Fresh legs.
Nuhu and Jesse going at it.
That was
This guy thinks he's the best left back in the world. Good lord.
Let's see if we get a replay of this. Of what exactly happened between. Gustav says no.
I'm not gonna lie, guys. I think I was way too tired to even get involved. I think I was standing at half, just like hands on the hips and everything.
Like, keep fighting. Just don't get sent off.
Exactly.
I need a minute.
And he should get a yellow. He should get a second yellow for that.
Who is he talking about? Jesse or Nuhu?
I think he was talking about Jesse and then Nuhu
Jesse.
getting carded too.
I think they're talking about Jesse because I don't think Seattle got any yellow cards in this game. So if he's saying a second yellow card, I
Jesse
think
comes
he's talking about
Jesse
your guy,
runs out
Jesse.
of the box. Yeah.
Whoa.
Reggie, how do you feel about that?
Seattle got no yellows?
I don't think
my
in this
We're
game.
just
Goodness.
clean. We're a clean team, Reg. You know.
Are you
that's-
watching the same game I'm watching? Oh my gosh.
I will say though, if you, Jesse runs from the box to get into his face.
I'm not saying
Like,
Jesse
he
shouldn't
was-
have got a yellow.
He was
But
angry.
Seattle have a single yellow all game? Oh my
I
gosh.
believe in my research I saw they had no yellows. I'll look at the box score though. But
Yikes.
Stu Holden in my ear, the analyst on this game, sounds adamant that they should have given your guy Jesse Gonzalez a yellow. How does that make you feel?
And no one else? Oh my gosh.
I don't hear anything about
I can't
Nuhu.
even say. Goodness. No, this is a very chippy game. There should have been more yellow cards both ways, to be fair. But I'm just
In a
glad
way,
no one got
though,
a red card.
I
that's what I'm
respect
saying.
the refs for just letting it play out.
Yes,
I
correct.
prefer that,
Seattle
Reg. So
did not.
you know.
Of course
Prefer
you do.
what?
Seattle didn't get any yellow cards. Jesse
No
Gonzalez
yellows?
gets one. Reggie Cannon got one. Brian Acosta gets one. But none issued
I-
to Seattle in this
I
game.
prefer-
You have to admit
I-
there needed to be more yellows on your end. I mean, come on.
Possibly,
no reds.
but no,
What
but
do you
no
mean
reds.
possibly. It's a
No. No, but no reds. I
But you
just
know what? I
think
love
that
when
Yeah.
they just let us
No
play.
reds.
they just need to let us play. You know.
They
Yellow-
do.
yellow
but then
cards
take
are
away
great,
our
but-
yellows.
yeah.
Take away our yellows. Oh, that was my header. I was close with
Reg,
that.
But why are you in the box there?
We gotta get
My
forward.
gosh.
shoot your shot.
We gotta get
How
forward.
do you have the
Fine.
energy?
This is a good ball by Edwin.
Christian, before this
Dude, hit
game,
his right foot again. Wow.
Christian, before this
Yeah, I was
game
thinking-
wraps up, I have to ask you. You know, you said you didn't feel like the Sounders were in a good place or had a lot of momentum coming into the postseason. Was this where the tide turned for you all when you did pull this one off?
Certainly, you need to get over that hump, right? And you need to go. You may need a little bit of luck in the playoffs. Every playoffs, you need a little bit of luck, and this could have been one of those games where it could have gone in Dallas's favor, and the fact that it didn't gave us momentum, and it pushed us forward, I think, as a team, and we felt like if we got over this, we can get over anything.
I think Paxton got a really, really good chance here.
Yeah, on
I was
the
right
right
in
side,
front of
right?
goal. Yeah.
Yeah.
There was no one I trust more with this chance than Paxton.
Really?
Yeah. No one I trust more.
I
And
keep
I
thinking
know
about basketball
99
because I've
out
been
of
watching
100 he
too
puts
much
it
of The
in.
Last Dance. So I'm thinking, all right, you got 0.2 seconds on the shot clock. You give the ball to Paxton.
I would do it 99 times out of 100.
That's what happens
And
when
I
you
know
have.
he
I
makes it
haven't.
99 times out of 100.
I was scared for this corner kick because I was like,
Yeah.
corners, man, corners.
Set
Corners,
pieces.
corners, corners.
Here we go. Here we go.
Dude, we had a guy unmarked right now.
Did you?
Ziegler. Look at Ziegler. No one's marking Ziegler. Yep.
Roman,
there we go.
I
Now with
thought.
Roman.
Yeah.
No, Roman was in that space, but
Yeah.
Ziegler was free at this point. Now we don't have a guy in that space.
Ugh.
Was this the chance right here, Reg?
Yeah, it's coming up.
Yeah.
I see him on the right side.
Oh my God, wing progression.
Wing progression. Oh!
This game is crazy.
It is.
You just heard Stu Holden.
Someone get that guy a drink. Did anyone buy
someone get
Stephen
that guy
Fry
a
a drink
drink.
after this game?
Man, and Paxton
Anybody in
makes that
Seattle.
every time.
Yeah.
Dude, he got in the right spot, though, and that's all you can ask for. Whoa.
Oh,
Oh my gosh, I didn't even remember that.
oh God, this
Me
is
either.
so wild. This game is nuts.
Lucci's
Oh, you
collar
guys took
still
the
standing
corner?
strong.
Yo, why'd you guys take the corner?
Dude, everyone's panicking right now, that's why.
Oh,
They could have
no.
reviewed that quickly, huh?
Yeah, 100%. Oh my God.
He still hit that very clean, huh?
Yeah, man. He hits.
Jesse.
Look at this. It's a shoulder. A shoulder.
Yeah.
But still, like, you want to get that. That was a corner. That was not a corner, though.
It doesn't matter. There's been
Yeah, it
a
didn't
lot of
matter.
wrong calls this game.
Woo-wee!
No, the ref did a very good job because this is a hard game to manage from both sides. Both sides. He did a very good job.
Reggie, I give
I
you
would
credit.
crack
You
under
don't
that
often
pressure.
hear that
I was
from the
gonna
guy
say, big of you to say, Reggie.
No, I mean, no, I think he did a great job managing this game. This is a playoff, and this is one of the most strenuous playoff games in MLS history. So I give him credit.
Yeah, you have to remember
God.
that all refs have their own styles of reffing as well. And like some
Yeah,
people let
just
them
like we always
go,
talk
let the
about.
games go. Some people want to be a little bit more strict. And when the game is 3-3, it doesn't allow them to really implement their style.
Like you hear so often in sports, you don't want to be the official or the referee who decides the game. And I think that obviously in extra time, they all seem to recognize that.
Yeah.
I mean, that from Acosta there. Just take a breath. Move the ball wide. You've had opportunity. I mean, frantic defending from Seattle. Last-ditch challenges, everything, and you let them off the hook by taking a shot from 30 yards. It's over the top of the
Steph
crossbar.
looks like it's like minute 5. He's just like
I know, fresh as a daisy.
so
His
cool.
his voice is cracked after games though. He cannot talk after games.
Well,
Is he super
he's got
vocal?
to scream over
Oh yeah.
all those people.
He's-
I mean,
yeah,
it's just
exactly.
like,
Yeah, I guess that's from being a goalkeeper, a vocal goalkeeper, and then also
Yeah,
having to play half your games at CenturyLink.
Now that was disgusting. The fan that did that was disgusting. I'm
Yeah,
just
that
putting
was
that out
horrible.
there. The fan
What
throws away a
happened?
ball like that. I hope you're proud of yourself, dude. Very proud of yourself. That's disgusting.
you tell
Oh, I
tell
didn't
him,
see that.
Reggie.
I don't care. That's just disgusting. Like, at least have good sportsmanship. At least let
I
your
agree.
players shine. You know.
I agree. Oh, and there it is, final whistle. Oh, and
Tough, but
okay,
man, can't. You know,
Reggie.
I'm proud of my boy Jordan. Proud of you guys.
Reggie, I remember seeing you guys you all just collapsed. Yes, like Paxton, you guys were just on the ground. I mean, what in the immediate aftermath of this? What was going through your head?
Can't really tell you. I mean,
Yeah.
you know, I kind of emerged from that to that veteran leadership role. You know, I saw all these kids in that position that I was in 2 or 3 years ago. I lost that final or I lost that game, and tears are just in my eyes. You know, I was just picking people up off the ground. I grabbed Paxton by the hand, put his head on mine, said, "Keep going, kid." And I picked up Edwin, picked up Brandon, you know, because it's tough. You know, you have to learn in these situations. One of the hardest things, but this is something that's going to fuel their game, because that's what made me get to the next level and ultimately get to the national team level, is failing. there's so much failure involved in success. And literally in the interview, I don't know if you guys were there, in the interview after, I said Thomas Edison failed 1,000 times before he succeeded with the light bulb. Success is driven by failure.
So
if
Reggie
you don't
Cannon
fail,
quotes, keep on coming, win or lose.
If you don't fail, you won't succeed. So, we take it on the chin. But again, I'm proud of Christian in
Some
Seattle and
quarantine
obviously Jordan
inspiration.
And they obviously, won that game, and ultimately we were happy to see them win it all. Obviously, still disappointed, but if there was anyone I want to win it, it'd be them.
Oh,
Christian, final thought
what does
from
that
you?
mean?
Man,
So sweet.
this guy's
What a nice
making
little
my
send
heart
off
warm.
to your MLS Cup.
Yeah, I mean, I have a lot of respect for Reggie, and after this game, we had a conversation on the field, and it was something along the lines of, I'm really proud of him, playing in an unfamiliar position, succeeding, scoring a goal in a tough game, doing his part, growing as a player, and it just made me happy ultimately, and to hear him say, that is pretty, heartwarming for me. And you can't take teams like Dallas lightly because, man, they don't give up, and that's the culture that they have within their organization, and it's really, really cool to see, Reggie's side of things, and ultimately, us winning, but it was more about, how complex that game was.
Yeah.
Well, I cannot thank you both enough for reliving this with us. If you guys had fun with this one, you're going to love our next one Friday at 4 p.m. Eastern. We're taking it back to 2013 Cali Classico. David Beckham and the Galaxy taking on San Jose. The Alan Gordon game. And Gordo is going to join Andrew Wiebe, Charlie Davies, and former Galaxy defender Sean Franklin to relive the action. You can watch on YouTube, Facebook, MLSsoccer.com, and the MLS app. Get in those comments, ask some questions. It's going to be fun. But thank you all for tuning in today and reliving what was an absolute classic on the pitch from last fall and the 2019 playoffs. Kristen and Reggie, thank you so much for joining us. You guys were great.
Thanks for having
offering
us.
your insight. It was so much fun. Jillian Sakovits has disappeared, but I'm sure if she was here, she would say thank you too. And she's the best, and I love my girl. So thank you, Jillian, for hanging with us. And to everyone out there, just continue to stay safe and stay healthy. We'll see you real soon.
Thanks, guys. See ya.